Because your voice sounds very processed.
Right now?
Yes.
Huh, that's weird. Give me a sec.
So, like, I don't know what you're running through before you get to the computer, but it might be overloading, whatever.
See. How's
Yeah.
that?
It sounds a little better.
Yeah, sounds better.
Or that. That.
Yeah, before it was you could tell that it was redlining. Now it's nice and not peaky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
running a compressor?
No, I'm not. I just I have a audio to USB.
Boards the kismet, like
I have,
fucking
a little
shit
audio
you
to
do.
USB brick thing,
Mhm.
and I had to bring it here tonight because I had it somewhere else, and I think a bunch of the dials got turned while it was being
Aha.
That's
done.
always fun.
So
That's always fun.
You know what fixes that?
No
Permanent
ramming
marker.
speed.
Just mark the thing where all the lines should go.
Only I get to ramming
well,
speed.
well, it's one of those things that every once in a while I have to change it. So
Right, but if you find a good setting, because that's what I do for my bass stuff,
Mhm.
is, half the time that shit gets moved as you're
well,
trying to
right.
move it
Well,
from
I
stage to
can't.
stage.
Well, with this specific thing, I can't do that because this is borrowed.
Tape then.
Tape.
So,
Yeah, that was exactly what I was gonna say.
so borrowed.
Tape it up.
Tape.
No, but so as I was saying, Varro is our XO. He is 3/4 Betazoid, 1/4 Vulcan.
And all hard ass.
He is.
And an old man.
He is a delight.
Oh, that's one word for him.
Hey, I am super proud of you. You came to the
Okay, so that's changed the
Sick
same.
bay.
med bay
Okay.
all on your own.
I'm in charge of security. You can't ask them to take me there.
I could ask the captain.
That's true.
Hey, doctor, you still need your medical.
Nope, that happened.
Oof. Oof.
That was a thing. Yep.
Oof. I'm not gonna say why, but oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. That's a big oof penned.
I'm sorry, that's pretty much what I do most times when I interact with people.
No, you don't know. You don't even know the half of it penned. You did a big oof last week.
That
Fine.
makes it more fun.
Hey, character backstory. Yeah.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
you did a big oof.
And then didn't stick around to find out what it was.
Yeah, that was the best part. I
Ran.
was like, okay, this is gonna happen. It was like funny. Oh, nope. Okay.
To be fair, I was making that up on the fly.
Oh, I'm sure, but oof.
All
No.
nerves, no reveal.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Oh, so let me see if I can pull up the rule book, and let's see if we can quickly pick a better talent than EMH.
Oh, good. I got back at the right time.
Well, yeah.
So looking at the talents, I personally would recommend a Blade of Armor. It is tremendously awesome. Can't go wrong with 2 extra resistance. Another option is, obviously, I don't know how often this is a thing, but if you plan on doing any sort of carrier action, extensive shuttle bays is another one. It also
Not
lets
really.
you.
The fleet
Yeah,
does-
then extensive shuttle bays isn't going to work. What was the other one that I had highlighted?
Well, the only reason we're not going to do a ton of carrier action is because that's what the USS Everest is for. The 10th Fleet has its own dedicated fighter squadron, the Thunderbird Squadron.
Woohoo!
In that case, I'm trying to think
So
what
they
else.
do all the fighter stuff.
I mean, high-res sensors might be good.
Ooh.
High res is nice, but it's kind of neat. Like, advanced sensors is by far the best
I mean,
talent ever to
you
exist.
say that, but you're not really that
Oh my
much
God,
of a
so
carrier now, are you?
It's
It
so,
is.
It's
It
so
really is.
broken.
And I hate it.
The Hatfield, the Hadfield has it, and every the first roll of every game, I'm like, all right, roll reason science with your ship sense. Okay, let's see how much momentum you guys generate. Oh, you filled up 2/3 of your momentum pool. Great.
I mean,
Right.
technically, we already have that when he lets me roll any con task.
Yep. You're not wrong, is the thing.
Yeah. Oh, and there are also a couple of other talents in the what's it?
The command book.
Yeah.
They have independent phaser supply, which I personally don't like for non-TOS era ships,
Yeah,
because
I agree.
dumping power into your weapons is really good, and taking them away can be a hindrance.
Oh,
The
God
other
damn it, we've never
talent-
done that.
You have never done that. That is correct.
Why have we never done that?
It's one of those small little things in the rules that gets overlooked very easily.
Mhm.
We don't usually do it because usually we have me and Evans doing phasers, and that means that we are diverting more power to shields usually, or just weapon rolls themselves rather than bumping. There is actually a reason for this because I have done that in the other game I was in for a while.
Ah.
Anyways,
Why shoot
Yeah.
things when you can
mean,
just
I mean,
invade like a
it especially
god?
works for us because the thing is, we have the secondary reactors. We can afford a little extra power.
yeah.
Let me look at the.
I'm trying to think. The other two talents I would recommend is quantums. I mean, quantum torpedoes are very useful, but you may or may not feel they're worth a talent. And then rugged design, because I'm an engineer. I like to be able to easily fix stuff.
I don't know how often we have to do repairs. Not super often.
Well,
Except we had to rebuild the ship.
Yeah, there was that.
The one time.
And to be
But I mean,
fair,
that was just-
we shouldn't give us torpedoes because I'll just end up firing at people.
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, quantum torpedoes might be good
Mhm.
because right now we don't have much incentive to use our.
Yeah. Although, I don't know.
I
Blade
need
of
to-
Armor is still kind
need
of
to pull up.
nice.
Doesn't that have a year restriction?
Ablative, 2371, but
Yeah, but
you're a
we're-
Luna, so
No,
you're
we're
fine.
actually. Yeah.
And we're 2376 anyway, so
Mhm.
we're
I couldn't
good.
remember.
No,
whether a blade
we're
was after
spending
Blade of
one of
Armor.
my
So there it goes. It was on
spotlights to
DS9.
get
I was
rid
like,
of
oh,
a
right.
useless ship
Duh.
talent and replacing it with something that's more applicable
That was
for
a
the
cool
Kismet.
plot point.
Mm-hmm. I got mixed up in my head with the like futuristic armor they had in the finale of Voyager,
Yeah.
like
wouldn't
armor shell.
And you wouldn't, and ELH, you wouldn't even believe the hard-on that the captain of the other ship has for his saucer separation.
I mean, I let my Arcadia group take it, and as they are finding out, it's not working in their favor. I mean,
That's
they get to
that's
do
what
two
they're
things
finding
at
out, too.
once. As I say, they get to do two things at once, which is good from a narrative perspective. But in Starship Combat, without the saucer, yeah, they're kind of boned. I'm having to rescue them on Sunday via Deus Ex Machina, or as I like to call it, random Klingon assistance.
I don't know.
Where is my book? I'm so confused.
I'm good with whatever you guys want to come up with, but
Can we take the anti-pen bullshit talent?
I don't think so at this point.
beautiful.
I think it's already too much a part of our ship's design. It's fully integrated.
I think that's called a hyperspray.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop Pen.
There we are. Secondary reactors.
Did the ops book have any talents? Ship talents?
No, Ops
Drunk
just had a.
balloon boxing.
Hey, would you suggest at some point or another switching out the hang on, what's it? Oh, god damn it. The advanced research facilities for the modular laboratories?
So
Because
I personally have never run either talent, but if you're doing a lot of sciencey stuff, I think advanced research is better.
okay.
Because if I remember correctly, modular you have to declare at the start of the session
Yeah.
or the start of the mission, which if you declare the wrong thing, it's a useless talent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's one of those things where I don't know if we've ever used it.
We haven't. We haven't had that many like
Research episodes.
research episodes. Yeah, like we've had some like exploration episodes, but we haven't really had to do any research.
Yeah.
Well, and
Oh.
part of that could come from not having a dedicated science
Mm-hmm.
person.
Yeah.
And part
Reliably.
of that could be taken care of tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint, hint.
Nudge, nudge, nudge. Wink. Wink.
I mean, clearly what you should do is switch advanced research for advanced shields and then EMH for ablative, and you just never die.
I mean, yeah.
That's not totally wrong.
Well,
You know, I
we'll
feel
find
like
out soon.
I could see us switching out like EMH for advanced shields.
Thought you guys had advanced shields, or am I remembering wrong?
No, we
No.
have the secondary reactors, which improves our power by 5, not our shields.
I
Hmm.
thought. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Still have that.
Ooh, what about improved power systems?
So we just have all the power.
We'd have all the power. Actually, yeah.
Unlimited power.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's one of those things where improved power systems sort of comes into play if you're firing a lot of weapons or you're doing a lot of
Yeah.
maneuvers.
We don't do a ton of that.
But with secondary reactors, you generally never hit the point where you run out of power.
And I mean,
Yeah.
with maneuvers, we pretty much use evasive action, which after
Besides
multiple
Pen,
uses it doesn't cost.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Pen, don't you have like a talent that? Yeah, that's right. Efficient evasion.
Yeah.
That's right. Pen has efficient evasion, so like, you never use power.
Yeah, then really your only power loss is if they have dampening weapons or if you start dumping power into weapons. So,
What do you guys think of the captain's yacht?
Go home.
The
If you're getting a yacht, I'm piloting it.
So the thing about the yacht is it's basically it's not basically it is just a runabout without the extra module tacked on.
Okay. High power tractor beam.
Hmm.
All right,
would
guys.
make-
Just to let you know, I do have a 1,600 word note.
Oh,
page
If he
for
doesn't get a
today,
yacht, I don't
so-
get a
We
yacht.
gotta get started. Yep. So should we talk about this later then, and just suck up having the EMH for a session?
I mean, unless you guys know what you want.
I don't
But-
think we know what we want enough to.
I don't think we
commit
know
to
what
it.
we want. We should discuss this in.
We'll discuss it after the session.
We'll discuss this after the session because this is kind of a big spend here.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I think you can spend it in session, anyways. Milestones.
Well, just let me
If
know
you
what you
guys talk
pick.
in chat and if you guys talk in chat and find something you want, I'll let you guys change it in mid. It doesn't really matter for this one, I don't
Okay.
think. But yeah, we just gotta get going because I do have a time
Yes.
limit tonight.
Right. Oh boy. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to write a log. Fuck.
I sent you
Ooh.
stuff for a log, Captain. So
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I know. And I didn't get it till this morning, and I've had like no time today. Okay.
The reason
alright.
why not both,
This is
because I'm only
enough.
spending
Yeah.
one spotlight and would need to spend 2 spotlights to take
Captain's
both.
log, stardate 53722.4. The Kismet is currently en route to the Gamma Doradus system. After a long trip, we're finally getting back to work. I think it'll be nice to finally have an exploration mission for once. The crew's been on edge, to say the least, and I think some nice, calming research would do us some good. Long-range probes have detected an M-class moon in orbit around the system's 7th planet. This'll be interesting. Now, on the terms of crew, Lieutenant Vada and Nave have left the ship for positions at the Utopia Planitia shipyards, and I wish them the best. To replace them, Lieutenant Commander Zoha has come on to take over the chief engineer's spot. She's been on board for a few days, but I haven't had much time to talk with her. I've been meaning to check in and see how she's settling in. We should be approaching the Gamma Dorota system soon, and we'll see what we find. And log.
All right, so if the captain wishes, I could give you a quick RP scene in the engineering to check up on your new engineer. If not, we'll get straight into it.
Sure, yeah. So, the captain strolls into engineering.
I have none of my sound effects ready.
Haha.
All right, so how detailed should I be about my character description, or does it not really matter?
As much as you want or as little as you want, doesn't matter to me.
Gotcha. In that case, you will find that Chief Engineer Zoha is a fairly tall woman. You would say she's probably 6'2", so a little bit taller than a normal Ryzian. Interestingly, she keeps her hair somewhat long, still within regs, but long. And instead of the Jarizia, or however you pronounce it, the golden dot on her forehead, instead she has sort of a black plus mark that, you could ask about, but no one would really know what it means off the top of their heads. She also, strangely enough, wears rimless glasses, which I always found an interesting thing in Star Trek times. We never see anyone with glasses, so I figured, why not? And I would say that she is definitely on the lithe/frail side. Definitely does not have a whole lot of muscular to her, and that is reflected because fitness is her dump stat. But right now, I suppose you would find her in the middle of going over maintenance reports and coordinating what would be maintenance to crucial areas of the ship.
Mm-hmm. No, I assume they've probably met by now.
I would say so. I mean, in order to come aboard, I would have at least checked in.
Yeah. And, you've been on the ship for like a few days now. So, definitely. So, Captain Grunin walks in, it's kind of similar to you, thinly built.
Probably, but if someone wants to wear
Short,
glasses in the
definitely,
future,
5'10",
fuck it, why not?
5'11". Kind of this muss of red, coppery hair on his head. Zoha, how are you finding things?
Well, Captain, it's a good thing you came down. It saves me a trip up to see you. And I hand you a pad, and on it is a proposal to completely redo the maintenance cycle of the Kismet.
Oh wow, this is a lot. And you see he's rapidly scrolling through all the lines of text that you've put down. This is a lot.
Well, as I have found during my time on Starbase 12, the more regular your maintenance cycle, the more problems you get in the long run.
No, that's true. You think the crew can handle this?
I mean, if the crew can handle a 4-shift rotation, out of character, I have no idea if we're on a 3-shift or a 4-shift on the Kismet.
I think my instructions way back in like second or third episode were like we're on a 3-shift rotation, but I also had my commander come up with a 4-shift rotation that we could implement if we needed to.
I've recommended a 4-shift rotation. The captain has declined to accept it.
Well, in that case, Zoha's proposal will involve at least for the engineering crew, a 4-shift.
Whew. 4-shift rotation for engineering. You and Varro are going to get along just fine.
Well, Captain, I wouldn't bring it up if I didn't think it was important. By doing a 4-shift rotation, we keep engineers at their best and brightest, and we reduce the problems that come with fatigue.
I see. Very well. I'll accept the 4-shift rotation just for engineering. But the moment I hear any problems about fatigue, I'm switching us back to 3rd shift. Understand?
Crystal clear, sir.
And he takes the pad with him. He assumes that you have a copy of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just look this over. Be on your toes. We're about to arrive. And he gives the nod and he walks out the door. There we go.
Doors.
Doors. How do they work?
I don't know.
Got to get back into actually using stuff. I didn't use anything last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we ran everything.
Exactly. Gave me a day off. All right. So I think I'll throw everybody back on the bridge just so we can get this thing officially started. Normally, I do like to give like free role play time in the beginning, but because this one is rather long, I think we got to get straight to it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Evans.
Who knows? Who knows indeed?
Hello.
This is our ELH. This is our Chief of Security, Lieutenant Junior Grade Troy Evans.
Hey there.
Hello. I had myself muted so you wouldn't hear eating my salad.
All right, cool. I'm gonna bring you guys out of warp because I can. And on the view screen appears the pinkish white color of Doradus 7. It is a Class T gas giant with 73 smaller moons in orbit, ranging from smaller kilometer-sized rocks to moons about the size of Pluto.
Wow.
Impressive.
She's a veritable system in her own right.
Indeed. Mr. Penn, will this pose a navigational hazard?
Not really. I can get us as close as you want.
Good.
Well, in that case, I think we should position ourselves above what was it, the 7th moon? 7th moon? Yeah. No. Oh, which moon is it actually? I guess we're gonna have to scan for it.
Mm-hmm. So whoever is deciding to do the ops today, quite possibly the good doctor. This will be a reason or control plus science, difficulty 1.
Okay.
Just because you have the best science score out of everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have anything that'll apply. Let's try it.
Well, let's hope so.
Oh, and the ship gets to help, right?
Yep. So I guess this would be a diff 0.
Ha. Advanced sensors, get wrecked.
Whoop. Science. There we go.
Cool.
2 momentum.
Come here, notes.
Oh, yay.
No, Pin, your science of 1 is not the highest.
Oh, yeah,
Well, shit.
ELH, one of the ways we do things here in 10th Fleet is, Ed will, whenever you're doing, like, any kind of insight or reason type task, Ed will actually send you notes so that you can disseminate the information like they do in Star Trek.
And roleplay.
Gotcha. I keep meaning to do that for my games, but
Yeah, to get used to it, I did it like the first week to try to get used to it.
Yeah. I mean, it usually works
Information
pretty
coming
well.
in, Captain.
What are we looking at? And, he takes a seat in his chair, does his sort of cross-legged thing that he always does.
The moon. It looks like the moon we're looking for is located on the dark side of the planet. The way that it orbits always means that it maintains that orbit within the dark side on the opposite side of the sun.
What a shame. I never get to see this beautiful view. Well, in that case, Mr. Pend, can you plot us a course?
Pen is going to be controller daring plus con difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's engines con.
I don't think I need to give you a threat right now, so I'll just use my focus instead.
Oh yes, that's right. Pend is our dedicated threat giver.
Well, no help.
A little too dedicated.
Cool, I got you guys at 3 momentum. And the ship is expertly piloted, avoiding the number of moons in orbit around Ortus 7, and you eventually make your way to orbit of the M-class moon. And as you approach the planet, it comes into view, but it's hard to make out the details as the planet is covered in complete darkness, hidden from the sun by the massive planet.
It's likely to be cold down there.
White.
Indeed.
Any estimate on the surface temperature?
I can find out.
This will be reason or control plus science, difficulty 2.
I was gonna say, somebody else want to take over there?
Difficulty 1 because the Kismet is
Woohoo!
amazing.
Ready? Nope.
Oof.
Oof.
All right. So I do have this one as succeed at cost, so I will give you something for your efforts.
How cold is it?
Damn cold, sir. No, just kidding.
It's
As
damn
cold as the look the doctor keeps giving me.
Nope, she's ignoring you. She is not making eye contact. She is not laughing at your jokes. Which is a little unusual.
Actually, I could give you all of that.
Oof.
Not as cold as we might have expected.
Geologic activity or something organic? Any indication?
I don't think I'm getting anything that would suggest. Because I didn't actually succeed the roll. So
Yeah.
I can tell you it's sitting at a comfortable 24 degrees Celsius.
Is the atmospheric conditions conducive to beaming down without an EV suit?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna make a big reveal. I don't actually know that much about science.
Well, I mean, it was said it was a Class M world,
Yeah,
right?
so it's a class M. So it's
I'll help you
based on
guys
what
out.
he's given me.
Yeah,
I
her-
think so.
Yes.
I'll help you guys out
Yeah.
a wee bit.
I'm not quite sure how to roleplay some of this because that's not. I know a lot about the human body. I don't know a lot about space.
The planetary body. Oh.
Oh, captain! We've lost the captain.
Whoops.
He went to 10 forward.
Whoops.
Maybe 7
I mean-
forward.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, looks like we'll be able to go down there. Brisk little pace.
Alright.
What do you think, Varro? Up for a trip?
Certainly, Captain.
I'd like you to take down, I'd like you to bring down, Lieutenant Penn, Dr. Efrix. Actually, I'm sorry, no, I wanted, Lieutenant, Dr. Efrix, Lieutenant Commander Zoha, and Lieutenant Evans.
That's acceptable, sir. Dr. Zoha, please report to transporter room.
On my way.
I'd like you to stay up here with me, Penn, and, as we know, there are a lot of bodies moving around in this system. I want to keep things steady up here.
Well, it just looks like a regular dance party at the moment.
All right, Evans, Efrix, with me.
Yes, sir.
I'll follow you out.
Where's all my noises?
D-
You need noises.
I have something for this. Where is it?
You do.
There it is.
Half of the time, Pend always stays on the ship.
Is that what you were going for? The turbo lift.
Yep, I think you could hear it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good enough for government work. I will say you guys are in transporter room with Lieutenant Commander Zoha meeting you there. Did I say that properly?
Yeah,
I am horrible with names.
I think we all are secretly.
Mm-hmm. Except for just like one person.
Oh, you should see me trying to pronounce names when I'm trying to look at soccer rosters. You know, because you have to do it before the game. I'm horrible at it. Anywho, in the transporter room.
All right, everybody. We good to beam down?
I do believe I'm prepared.
I sort of just hold up my engineering toolkit and say, I'm ready for whatever.
Doctor?
Yes, sir.
Then let's go.
Planet ambience. Do I have anything good in here? Maybe this one. Oh no, not yet. All right, so the players are beamed down to the planet, and the planet is dark, as in you cannot see much further than what your flashlights show you. In the distance, you could kind of make out a tree line, and in the opposite direction, you can see like a small lake of liquid water. The air is very still and very quiet.
I guess I sort of, without prompting, open my tricorder, and I want to see if I can get a read on the plant life, because any plant life that survives without sunlight is interesting.
All right, reason and science, difficulty 2.
All right, I'm just gonna try it straight up.
We have momentum.
Nope.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Oh.
Oof.
Well, we're off to a great start.
You at least get something for your trouble.
That's okay. We're getting all of our bad rolls out of the way early.
Yeah.
Well, someone with a tricorder that's functioning properly should check, but I'm seeing that apparently these are similar to several species of earth plants.
That can't be correct.
So what I mean by that is like you're like in like a deciduous forest, like what you'd expect to find there is what you're seeing.
Yeah, it's very odd. Can someone shine a light on it, perhaps? I want to see if they're even green.
I'll assist you there.
So yeah, am I seeing like green leafy plants, or
Yeah, you are.
Is it possible that the orbital situation of this planetoid is a recent phenomenon?
possibly? And granted, I only paid so much attention during the other non-engineering courses of the academy, but in order for a plant to be green, doesn't it need sunlight because of the whole chlorophyll thing?
Yes, it should. It's possible these plants are green for some other reason, but... Doctor, any input?
We could take samples and study them further.
Yes, proceed.
Don't know, given my knowledge of Star Trek, don't know how smart it is to touch plants.
But I'll give you a roll of control, medicine, or science to get a sample.
Okay.
Difficulty?
1.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a plant. Like, take a leaf.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
I just remember the plant collecting mission in Xerxes 4 being far more
Oh,
difficult.
gosh. And that was with botany.
Yeah.
Yeah, does our resident botanist want to help out?
Yeah, I can. Do you want me to assist you in pulling a flower?
No, it's
I can do that.
You're fine. I have a pretty good control medicine.
Famous last words.
It's also true.
ELH would know. Whew.
Yeah,
Just-
Doc, you're able to get samples from multiple species of plants down here.
Have we rolled under 10 today? I don't think we've rolled under 10 today.
Yeah, what are these rolls for me? That's not normal.
Yeah, these are bad rolls. No, wait, I rolled. No, that was the ship, so this doesn't really count. The ship rolled a 6 earlier.
I mean, there.
I better roll like this when I'm playing D&D or I'm gonna be mad.
Pen got a crit.
Ah. But that's because he's pen.
Yeah.
So,
Precisely.
you guys collect your samples.
No, we don't do that
Just
bullshit.
example.
We just take it as
Send
it
these back to the
comes.
ship for analysis, or we can simply do it here. I'll let the scientific minds decide that.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm not really seeing a reason not to send them up to the ship, but perhaps we should follow standard protocol and keep them in quarantine.
Fair enough. So I guess I'll seal them away.
Okay.
All right. I'd like to make a scan to see if there's any if there's anything moving out there close by.
Famous last words.
Give me. Let's call this insight security.
All right. Difficulty?
2.
Oh no.
I'm gonna spend 1.
Momentum.
All right, down to 2.
Hey.
Get it back.
Hey!
That's the roll I like to see. Yeah, I forgot your insight security is just as good as my presence command.
So it's the info is going to be a little weirdish, but I think you could figure it out.
Okay. Yes, Evans, you did arrive after that.
Had a feeling.
But I think they'll fit for what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm detecting animal activity of multiple types. Nothing out of the ordinary except for obvious lack of sunlight.
When you say normal animal life, are we talking birds? We talking marsupials?
Bears.
Yes, are there any bears?
I'm detecting birds, insects, reptiles, some fish, or at least analogous creatures. Things you'd expect to find in a forest.
But if I remember
my
the
attention.
description properly, it's completely silent, yeah?
Yes,
We should be hearing something.
we should be, especially without the presence of visible light. signals should be auditory. Are we getting anything in the subsonic or ultrasonic frequencies?
As far as you guys can tell, the planet is quiet. Like there's things there, but they're not really doing anything. Like the birds aren't chirping, the insects are not making noises that you expect at nighttime.
Right. No, I'm asking like on the tricorder if I scan for subsonic or ultrasonic noises.
So like there's noise, like there's ambient noise. It's just you're not really picking up anything with your ears. The tricorders are, but like as far as like your normal ears can tell, it's quiet.
Interesting. There is noise. It's just inordinately quiet. I kind of flip my
Strange.
tricorder closed and put it down. I'm playing my flashlight across what I can see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean you're just seeing the edges of the forest. If you shine it over the water, you're seeing like the shores of the lake. You're in a little bit of a clearing, with a grass maybe about ankle high.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Maybe testing the water is the next step?
It might illuminate us.
Give me some bioluminescent microbes or give me death. I love bioluminescence.
Well, a snake
gonna walk
or
towards the
a
water.
vampire. Who the hell
Okay.
fuck knows, but it should be fun.
Gotta be careful in case, for whatever reason, there's like crocodiles or something analogous to that.
I am prepared.
So what do you do at the water?
I'm going to scan again, see if I can get like the ecological layout of it, pH, all that good sciencey.
Okay, roll me reason science, difficulty 2.
Want to take a momentum?
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I don't get cautious because I'm not doing medicine.
Nope, but that's okay.
My scans reveal it is water.
All right.
Good stuff. Hey,
So
doctor.
just a second, Doc. I'm gonna be giving you quite a bit of information from different
Ooh, good.
sides.
Fun.
So
Doctor, you only have 3 talents.
Did I erase one?
I see triage, cautious, and doctor's orders. And that's it.
I had another one. I don't know where it went.
That is
And now I can't remember what it was. I'll have to go in and...
womp.
Womp, womp, womp.
I mean, you could hold out for the new medical book. That
That's
drops
true.
in only 2 weeks' time.
it can't come soon enough.
It's gonna be exciting.
That's exciting.
Probably won't end up getting that one.
Huh, freshwater jellyfish. That's interesting.
Yes!
Whoa.
Everyone loses the talents, the ship disappears, everyone dies.
The water seems to be warmer than the air temperature. And yeah, the lakes seem to be basically freshwater.
How large is this body of water?
About from you can't see the whole thing obviously, but just from scans and stuff, it's a I don't know, medium-sized lake.
Okay, so it's okay. I was
Yeah,
thinking
it's
maybe it was a
fairly
pond
large.
or something. Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly large.
It's
Yo.
not a you swim across it in 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, it's a few kilometers across probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Yeah. Medium-sized lake. Few
So,
kilometers.
temperature increase. I'm wondering if there's any geothermal activity.
It seems likely given how warm and temperate this area seems to be, given the total lack of sunlight. But so far, I haven't seen anything pop up in any of my scans. Granted, I haven't been looking for that specifically.
I still think the most probable answer is going to be geologic activity. Well, we're here to find out. I'd like to try and scan down towards like the base of the lake bed and see if there's anything of note down there, like vents.
Sure. Reason and science or engineering difficulty 2.
I want to engineer me some in hydrothermal vents. I'm just gonna do a straight
I
roll
mean,
here.
could I assist on this?
Actually, yeah, you might want Lieutenant Commander Zoha to make this roll.
Yeah, I'll assist you then.
So again, it's reason engineering difficulty what?
2. Difficulty 2.
One momentum.
We have 3 momentum.
Correct.
I'd like to take 1.
Go for it. It is all yours. And you have that.
And unless the lake bed is secretly a portal to subspace, I don't think I have a focus.
Now that you mention it, forgot to roll the dice there, I think.
You're supposed to roll a third ELH, I think.
Oh, you know what? That's odd. Why did it drop my dice? All right, hold.
Yeah,
Sometimes the
that
sheets
does.
are weird.
Yeah, sometimes you click on it and it doesn't actually highlight it.
All right, well, I get to re-roll that because I have cautious engineering.
Sure.
Good.
Man
It was a
ahead.
19 too.
Yeah, so hey, 3 successes.
Cool.
So we get that momentum back.
Very good.
I just had to make one change because I called it the wrong thing.
Please be hydrothermal vents. You're like slowly amassing all of my favorite oceanographical phenomenon. I'm a huge ocean nerd.
Yes, I was gonna say the captain loves his oceans.
He's having a nerdgasm on the bridge at the moment.
Look,
Well, the captain will be happy then because I'm indeed seeing that there are underwater geothermal vents. And as one might expect from geothermal vents, it's the interaction between the underground magma and groundwater that's producing.
Evans.
Yes.
So it's still not explaining how anything here is existing. I mean, by all rights, we should be on a Class L frigid ball of rock, but I mean, this is almost Ryzian.
Borrowed a Kismet.
I need the click.
I'm getting there. I was looking at my notes, not at the roll 20.
Kismet here. What do you got for me, Varro?
The planet seems normal to most scans. We've got some hydrothermal vents down here in a lake. Life you'd expect to see in a forest on Earth. Green plants. All in complete darkness and not total silence.
That's mysterious.
Indeed it is. I'm wondering if the Kismet can conduct some scans of the gravitic interactions between the planetoids here, see if there's some sort of cause for this heat generation at least.
Right. gravitational tectonic forces can cause geothermal activity of that type. And if that's the basis for life on the planet, that might answer a lot of questions.
Indeed, although it wouldn't explain some of the phenomenon we've encountered.
Well, collect as many samples as you can and then come back up here. The labs will be all warmed up for you.
We'll be sending back some samples shortly.
Very good. Let us know if you need anything. Kismet out.
All right, people, you heard the captain. They'll be conducting scans, and we'll get some samples up to them. We can always come back down if we need any more.
Do you need me to take some more samples?
Let's get some animal samples, water samples, etc.
Are we going fishing?
Identify them with your tricorder and send the readings back up to the kids. They can transport them.
Fair. I have the locations of some jellyfish.
Oh.
You may or may not have been able to guess. We have a bit of a running joke.
Yeah, he's told
At
me.
the captain's expense.
He does it to himself.
He does.
Oh.
All right. I guess I'm gonna scan for more exact location on Wild.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'll contact the Kismet again.
Okay. So if you're trying to scan or find or get any of the animal life, it's going to be a control medicine and science, I think.
Well, obviously my medicine is better, so I'll do that.
To get the samples, and I'll allow fitness if you're trying to chase something down.
Oh no, we don't want me to use that.
We won't get to use that.
I'm curious. It probably not is my guess, but would xenobiology help me in this?
No.
Okay.
You trying to catch a fish?
When you're trying to analyze the fish, I think xenobiology might help.
Yeah.
I was thinking genetics might be more along the line what I'm gonna wind up using.
But basically, this is this scene. You're not going to get any information. This is to help you guys later.
Yeah, this is to help them locate. Yeah.
Yeah, this is to help you guys later. So.
You guys cool if I use a momentum? Do we have any left? I think we do.
Yeah, we have 3.
And no.
There we go.
All right, cool. And Doc, I'll explain what happened there later.
Okay.
All right, so.
Hey, maybe we'll find another chicken, you guys.
So as you guys are going around in this little clearing, trying to find.
Keep the Tellarite away from anything.
Gather up the bugs, more plant samples, and all the like. At around 2200 hours, you would guess. A larger moon in orbit around Doradus 7 moves around the parent planet and into view of this M-class moon. The second moon shines reflected moonlight onto the planet, and the M-class planet is lighted as if it had a full moon on Earth.
Oh,
fascinating.
The insects and animals all come to life, and the sounds of the forest come to life, and a strong breeze from the southwest blowing through the clearing and off the lake. Some of the trees that are now illuminated have large pollen tubes that release a type of pollen that glows a fluorescent yellow that shines in the moonlight. The jellyfish-like creatures from the lake glow a brilliant fluorescent blue color and float out of the water and onto heat thermers coming off of the lake and start to feed on this pollen.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Quite beautiful.
yo.
I mean, Ed is quite good at making stuff like this, so yeah.
Away team to Kismet.
Kismet here.
Quite a surprise you kept in store for us there.
Yeah, I'm seeing it here. Your planet's lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Indeed, it's quite beautiful. Well, we have one answer. Now at least.
Yeah. I want to see if our astronavigation department can work together how often this phenomenon occurs.
That will be useful, I believe. We'll be beaming back multiple samples. Have the lab standing by with containment for animal life.
Ah, yes, of course. Well, hopefully our preparations for trapping some local fauna goes better than the last time we attempted it.
Indeed.
I anxiously await your return. Kismet out. And the captain turns to Pend, looking at the world, and says, "Isn't that beautiful?"
I mean, there's not many times you see moonlight illuminating a planet.
I mean,
Isn't that kind of every night?
well, here's a question for you, Ed. What does the world look like from orbit?
So it's lit up in moonlight, so you are able to start to see a little bit of color, but what you can make out most from orbit are the pollen.
Oh, okay.
So like it's lit up green, but you can really make out the yellows of the pollen.
Oh, wow, nice.
And there are a few areas like near the water sources where you can make out that blue fluorescent light.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Jellyfish.
Jellyfishes.
Wow, we're nerds.
I thought that was a given.
What do you
Right,
spend your
Matt?
night doing? Talking about imaginary jellyfish.
And being awed by it.
Exactly. So
Yep.
glad. I mean, that's a possibility, Doctor.
Yeah.
That exists?
All right, so what are we doing? So this happened probably around 2200 hours,
Something like that.
somewhere around there.
All right. Doctor, once you have your specimens located, have them beamed into the waiting holding facilities on the Kismet.
Yes, sir. I relay the word and the location of the animals. I assume I got them.
Mm-hmm. That's the samples being beaten back.
Someone delete Vux?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, because I added her and Wittergast.
Who deleted Vux?
I probably did.
Oh,
Because she is a specialist in astronavigation.
Oops.
oops.
I mean, I've got it as well, but she was specifically designed for that.
Yeah, it was probably my mistake. I didn't actually read the character. It had something to do with the Jula, so I just deleted it.
Yeah, he kind of commandeered her.
Yeah, seemed that way. My apologies.
Got it.
So there were 3 support characters I deleted. Ajula's best friend, the chicken, and the one you just referred to.
Well, shit happens.
My best friend being the one he punched at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's the one I knocked out.
Whoops.
The one who acted identically.
Well, we can make that character again at some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I straight up deleted. I didn't archive it, so Oh well. I mean, but that means you get to use the sill.
Oh no. We both know what that means.
you go,
Captain.
Shitty Russian accent time. Shitty
Whoa,
Russian
whoa,
accent
whoa.
time.
Hey, at least it's gotten more consistent. It's not gotten any better. It's gotten more consistent.
Well, hey, Cecile has geology, astrophysics, and botany.
Mm-hmm. We have so
Jeez.
many botanists on this ship.
She's built for this shit.
How many do we have? Isn't it just me and Cecile?
I mean, yes, but that's a high number of botanists. More than one is a high number of botanists.
Oh, and we need to archive Vada.
Yes.
Vada has been archived.
Yes.
She's a remnant from an earlier time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Once the doctor has acquired her specimens, I suggest that Lieutenant Evans and Lieutenant Commander Zoha find some other life forms that could be investigated. Perhaps plant, perhaps animal. It might be worth investigating this pollen.
I was gonna say, should we take pollen samples?
I mean, I would recommend it.
It seems to be a prominent feature of the ecosystem here. Lieutenant Evans.
I mean, yeah,
Yes,
we have
would
a
you like me to
few
get some
support
on?
staff with
Yes.
unique ones, like one as cooking, one as theatre.
Give me a sample.
So,
All right.
yeah,
so
it
the
happens.
pollen collecting is going to be control, and I'll give you fitness because you kind of might have to jump into the air to get it. With medicine or science.
Whew, okay. And I assume botany is here.
Actually, I can see control working.
Did I not say control?
Yeah, it's controller fitness.
But yes, I will allow botany.
Okay. And the difficulty was 1, 2?
2, I think.
Take a momentum.
Take a momentum.
Sure thing.
Because your control. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Cool. So it's still at 3.
Yeah.
And yep, Lieutenant, you are able to gather several pollen samples.
All right, Varo, I managed to get some pollen.
All right. Good. I'm going to try and find an insect because insects are so integral to the maintaining of an ecosystem.
Pend.
Hey, it's a medical roll with Evans.
If he fails.
That's one of the other running jokes of this ship.
Because dislocated too many shoulders.
Well, I didn't dislocate them. I just didn't fix them.
I mean,
No, you
is it?
jammed one bone through someone's shoulder.
I mean, is it possible to dislocate the shoulder of a pollen sample? Is what I want to know.
No, but I think it's possible to dislocate
I mean,
his shoulder.
it's
while
just plant
trying to
sperm.
eat.
I don't see how you could dislocate the shoulder.
Oh
All
no.
right, Varro, your role is going to be control, medicine or science, difficulty 2.
Take a momentum.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Hey.
What the hell? Okay. See,
You guys were
really good.
You guys were complaining earlier about rolling high, and then
And now we're
just-
rolling
yeah.
low.
yeah, can't miss right now. Yeah, you get your insect samples.
Cool.
Yeah, you rolled a 2, a 3, and a 6.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is there anything happening on the ship?
We've sort of just been waiting for the away team to return.
I mean,
Okay.
we could look at the. You want to look at the astral bodies to see how it affects the planets.
Yes, Mr. Pend. we do want to make sure that we're safe around here, but in the meantime, yeah, see if you can chart the movement of the planets in this system.
See about their gravimetric interaction.
Well, more
Of
specifically,
course.
I want to see how often. I also want to see how often this lunar activity occurs.
Very well, Captain.
Okay. Pend. I think your role would probably be either reason or insight using, I'd say science or con, because you're trying to track planetary bodies. Sounds very much like a contest to me.
Well, with a science of 1, I think I'll use con.
What's the difficulty?
Oh, I should think of that. So you're just trying to find out like how often this thing occurs, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
Okay. Would you like to take a momentum, or would you like to?
I would like to buy a threat, please.
Of course you would.
Yeah, I could hear you halfway through that.
Yeah, so I've got astro navigation. Would that count as a focus?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm re-rolling.
Hey, nice.
Cool. I should probably say it's probably assisted by the ship's sensors con.
Or okay.
Yeah, that's why I made a specialist astro navigation, because my reason sucks.
Oh, so it's only difficulty 1 then.
Yep. I forgot about the ship.
Whoa.
Who's gonna roll it?
I've got the sensors. Here we go.
Nice. We get
Cool.
2 momentum out of that.
Yeah.
So, Pen, do you study the orbit of the planetary bodies around this planet, more specifically the moons, and you believe that this phenomenon maybe happens once every 8 hours?
Oh, okay.
So the planet does or probably once a day for about 8 hours. It will illuminate the planet. So it rotates this giant planet about once a day. So it's pretty quick orbit.
Yeah, Captain. So
Okay.
it does have an orbit. Seems to last for 8 hours a day.
All right. Well, then it's not as rare of an occurrence as it's not as rare of an occurrence as I would have expected. That kind of beauty you expect only comes around, oh, I don't know.
I have expected you to say once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon.
I just thought the captain had a brain fart.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good talk, Captain.
I'm
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next scene here. So we'll go ahead and drop you guys down to 4.
Oof, that was. I wanted to be inspiring there, and I just dropped the ball.
All right, so you guys have been waiting a few hours now for the away team to finish up getting all their samples. I mean, they're working through the night trying to scan as much as they can. Probably about let's call it 0600. I don't know if you're actually on the planet for that long, but for the sake of this, you are. A ship enters orbit of the moon on the far side of the planet. The ship is of a design and configuration you have not seen before. It has a slender shape with rounded edges and protruding nacelles on the sides of the main ship. The ship is a dirty brown in color with orange lights emanating from the deflectors and the engine.
Is the away team still down there?
Yes.
All right. I turn to whoever's at tactical. Presumably, it's like Wittergast.
Probably
not
Akira.
Sorry, yeah. Tachibana Kira. Ensign Akira. See if you can hail them.
Aye, Captain.
Looks like we have company.
There
Attention,
is-
attention, unknown vessel. This is Captain Harmon Grennan of the USS Kismet. I represent the United Federation of Planets. We come in peace.
Sorry, Captain. They're not responding.
Well, here we go. In that case, I'm gonna tap my comm badge. Kismet to away team.
Var,
An alien vessel has just entered this lunar system. We don't know what their intentions are. They haven't answered hails, so I'd suggest gathering everything you need and returning to the ship as soon as possible.
my team can be ready to beam up in 40 seconds.
Good. Get it done. Kismet out.
All right, people, wrap it up.
And I would imagine they do the thing.
Yeah, just like close up whatever we've got and
Mhm.
return.
You gonna beam up?
Ready for beam up, Cap.
All right, and I turn back to I turn back to Tachibana. Send the word down to engineering. Bring them up.
Aye, Captain.
Okay.
All right, everyone, get those samples to the labs. I'm needed on the bridge.
Right, on it.
You also want to bring Evans up?
I will.
I can take the samples that we found.
I mean, Zoha's literally just going to hand whoever is taking the samples and go back to engineering because I have a 4-shift rotation to oversee.
Of course you do.
Yeah, Efrix will take it and
Yeah,
head
you-
for the lab.
Yeah, you have a medical department. You have some spare hands that can help you carry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Efrix, when you're done, if you can return to the bridge, we're still down a science officer.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And I'll let you guys get to wherever you guys were going. We don't need to waste time with that.
Okay.
So we'll open the doors with everyone coming to the bridge, going to engineering, doing their things.
Welcome back.
It's good to be back. Any
Right.
further activity from the alien vessel?
Nope. Nothing.
Well, they haven't fired yet. That's a good sign, at least.
Right. And I look over to. Hang on. I assume Evans is gonna take his point behind tactical.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of it, Evans?
Well, they haven't done anything, have they? They haven't taken anyone down to the surface or made any aggressive movements. Right?
I don't know.
Nice.
Have we made any scans? Passive sensor should have detected a transport.
I leave that to you guys to figure.
Well, passive scans would detect a transport. So I'll pull up the passive log and see if there was any activity from the ship toward the planet.
Ed?
I'm thinking something. So you don't detect anything to the planet.
All right. They could have beamed something up, but they didn't beam anything down.
All right.
Interesting.
We'll have to keep a close eye on this. Meanwhile, Captain Grunin to Dr. Efrix.
Afric's here.
How are we doing with those samples?
I think I just dropped them off, probably.
Yeah, presumably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Faro said to drop them off and come back to the
You
bridge.
can come back,
so-
yeah, so I'm heading up then.
Okay.
So you probably paged me just as I was walking through the door.
Dr. oh, there you are, Doctor. Never mind then.
How can I
And
help you, Captain?
Taps his comm badge again. I take it then that you've dropped off all the samples then.
Yes, sir.
Wow. A little bit of a mystery we have there. Mystery ship, and they're not responding. Dr. Efrix, see if there are any life signs aboard.
Yes, sir. Reason science?
Let's go reason medicine.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll take
dif-
it.
Difficulty 1, assisted by sensors medicine.
So, difficulty 0.
He beat me to it.
Whoops. Oh well, it doesn't
With a
matter.
worse roll.
We maxed out on momentum anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So, we might have to ask an additional question.
Yeah.
Just 'cause, wow.
Huh.
Dipping into your stats.
Something's interfering with our scanners. It's not allowing us to scan inside the ship or retrieve any information about it.
That's bizarre, but not entirely unexpected. Some races can be particularly private about their internal systems. It's understandable, really.
So we're returning anything but visual sensor information.
Not at this time.
Intriguing. Some sort of dampening field.
Hmm.
Well, looks like we have a lack of information on that front, and I know how much you hate lack of information, XO.
Indeed. It's never a good situation to be in.
Does the ship have any shields? As far as we can tell? I mean, I figured we'd be able to tell at least that.
In the post is what I gave the doc.
It's a dispersal pattern that's being emitted.
Captain, can we scan what they've dispersed?
It's pollen.
Good thinking. Make an analysis of the dispersal pattern.
Pretty much, at least if we know what they've used, we can counteract it if need be.
Well, I'd say for now we don't want to pry too deeply. If the ship becomes a problem, maybe. But if they want to keep us out, it's not our place to pry.
We are outside of Federation space.
That is true, but we should be respectful.
My meaning, Captain. We have no jurisdiction here, so
Ah,
don't
so
want to
you
push our
agree
luck.
with me then?
yes.
Very well. In that case, Dr. Efrix, then I'd suggest keep an eye, keep working on those samples. Do whatever you need. Work with work with Cecile. See what we can come up with. Everyone here on the bridge will keep an eye on this vessel. If it makes any odd moves, we'll be ready.
And Doctor, if you need any other assistance, feel free.
Yes, sir.
All right. So after probably about an hour, the ship that was in orbit moves away from the moon and warps away.
Maybe they were scanning the planet as well.
Perhaps, or
No, that I'm not there. Sorry, guys.
perhaps they were
Just
asleep.
Curious.
Mr. Pend, any beat on where they're heading?
Do I have any idea in what general direction they went? North, west, east, or west?
No south.
Did they go west?
Did they go east?
I mean, you were able to see them warp out a particular direction, but the limitations of the scans, like as soon as they left the system, you lost them.
Yeah, unfortunately, Captain, I can only eyeball it. I can't give you an absolute pinpoint destination.
All right.
General direction.
He points out the window. They went that way.
Quite helpful, Mr. Pend. Quite helpful.
You're welcome.
I had meant more in relation to the expanse. Are they heading further in, or are they heading toward Federation space?
Yeah, that actually is a kind of a good question.
That's something we could determine from.
Probably.
Varo, give me insight con. Difficulty, let's call it 3.
Would you like some assistance?
Feel free to-
Yeah, I'm gonna spend.
Honestly, you could spend 3 momentum if you want.
I'm spending 3 momentum because I want to know.
I'll let you have this.
And what was it, insight or reason?
Insight con, I think I said.
Yeah.
Which is not my worst combination, honestly. Let's see. I'm seeing if I have any focuses I can use here. I don't think so.
Yeah, 4 dice.
I mean, I've got astro navigation.
Can I use mental discipline?
No.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay.
Hey!
Well, you get 1 back, so you're back up to 4.
We get all 3 back.
With my dump stat.
Well, I wasn't gonna let Pen assist.
Oh, never mind.
Never
So we
mind.
get 1 back.
Because this is like him being like, okay, which way did they go?
Okay,
Type thing.
fair enough. Where did they go?
Does Ed know?
I do.
Uh-oh.
They went that away.
I know, but
Yes. Heading
I think
deeper
we-
into the
I-
expanse,
I think-
away from known space.
I think we got an answer that we weren't supposed to get at this point.
Considering it doesn't have a bullet point next to it, yeah.
Oof. So what did you say, Exo?
They're heading deeper into the expanse, at least from their warp out direction.
All right. Well, that's a start.
Further out into unknown space.
Right.
Or less known space, I should.
Understood.
God damn it. I keep navigating away from Roll20 accidentally.
Well, Dr. Efrix has already left, though, right?
yeah. So I think at this moment in time, because I'm about to speed up time quite a bit, to the next point. If there's any RP stuff you guys wanted to do while this is going on, feel free to do it now. There'll be no rolls until the next thing happens. So.
Ooh. Someone want to go down to engineering and drop in on our engineer? See how those are going?
Engineering has not drawn any complaints or had any issues, so I'm not going there.
I heard no complaints. I shall visit engineering.
See, you're gonna get one of us.
Well, yeah, I'll head down to engineering to visit our new crew member.
All right. You find her doing something with a self-stealing stem bolt.
Oh my god, I forget. Penda's a Tellarite. She towers over him.
Oh yeah.
Pen doesn't care.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Lieutenant Commander. How are you settling in?
So just to make sure that wasn't like a joke, he is actually Tellarite, yeah?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I turn, I look down, and I say, which one of you let a midget into engineering?
Oh, no.
I mean, to be fair, yes, I am pretty small, but next time the ship's about to crash, I'll make sure just engineering gets blown up. Does that sound fair?
Oh, I think that's completely fair. After all, I wouldn't expect anyone or any less from someone who could barely touch the controls. That's why I asked if he's a Tellarite, because you're supposed to be gruff and upfront with them.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I can definitely work my way around the control. It's just, are you able to actually handle an engine?
I point my thumb at the warp engine and I say, trust me, I have this thing purring like a cat.
I mean, I'd be careful saying that around like the captain. He has a thing for vacations.
Define thing.
You'll.
Should I get him a Horgon? Let me ask that question.
I mean, let's just say he has a thing for vacations. Let's keep it at that for now.
Right. Well, since you're here, I point at one of the panels that's off the wall. I was actually just rerouting around a burned out power relay. If you want to replace it with me, I could use the help.
Sure, we're basically parked at the moment and they don't let me fly very often, so might as well.
So yeah, team bonding exercise, fixing very basic sort of thing.
Well, as long as you know what you're doing, we should be fine, but that's yet to be seen.
Trust me, if I wanted to blow up the ship, I'd do it. And actually, at some point as we're working, I sort of just start up a side conversation or continue the awkwardness. And I ask, so tell me, what was the last engineer like?
Well, he was decent. Oh no, she was decent. Yet on her first day here, she lied directly to the XO, who can read minds. So that went well.
Are we talking, I'll get it done in 5 hours so that you look like a miracle worker lie, or is this more of a I did not shoot him kind of a lie?
This was more of don't turn on the alien ship, turn on the alien ship and lie directly to the commander's face.
Well, won't have that problem with me. Though, I am curious what the hell they were thinking. I mean, just look at the state of this, and I just motion at what we're working on. A Tellarite, a Andorian could do better.
Out of character, what race are you?
Oh, I'm a Ryzian.
I mean, there's not many Ryzians who are competent at starships, but hopefully you'll prove me wrong.
I mean, if you want, we could just go get a hollow ball and we can start playing, or hoverball. We can start playing hoverball here in engineering. I'm sure no one would mind.
I mean, to be fair, with the reputation I've got, it's probably best to not associate with me. But if you're game for a bit of fun...
I guess I, again, pause and look down at you and I say, now why would anyone not like you? And if it's not clear, I am laying on the sarcasm.
Oh, trust me, you have no idea how fun things can get around here. Just give it time, and he'll give you a wink.
I just sort of do that sort of huff to myself and sort of dust my hands and say, very well, seems that you can do basic engineering tasks. I'll keep you in mind if I need an extra hand down here.
I mean, oh, that's good to know. Just don't ruin my engines while I'm flying. Heavens forbid.
Take away power from Khan at opportune moments. Got it.
Well,
One more thing before I go do something over there. I lower my voice a little bit and get closer. I understand that apparently there's some sort of prank war. I was briefed on it very, shall we say, abruptly before I transferred.
and who apparently is in this prank war? Because it's the first I've heard about it. I have poker face. I can lie for this shit.
I mean, he's a Tellarite. I'm not going to incite him, but I will say, well, I just wanted to know if it was anyone, perhaps short of stature, that I should be looking out for. Because trust me, if someone, and I mean anyone, messes with my engines or my engineering crew, they will find that not only do their sonic showers work in reverse, but they will just find living hell for them.
I mean, I cannot confirm nor deny who takes part in these type of stunts, but it's probably best not to mention what you could do to people without knowing what they can do to you. Just a little forewarning.
Well, if it's you that I have to worry about, I have better threat from a toothless tard.
Well, I'm very much looking forward to our continuing relationship, Lieutenant Commander. And he'll reach to shake your hand.
I look at it, and just to add insult to injury, I literally bend down almost on one knee to shake it.
I mean, thank you for kneeling for your betters, but it's really unnecessary.
Oh no, I find that it's better if you get down on the same level as children. They respect you better.
Well, yes, I do have to speak to a lot of children, especially these wrench monkeys down here, so I'm used to it.
Oh, you have a problem with one of them, you come to me and I'll do the yelling.
Sounds like fun.
Right, I'm gonna go do that thing over there. You do whatever it is you do, and I will walk off to go do the thing.
I'll head back up to the bridge.
How happy does he look when he gets back on?
He walks back on the bridge. Apparently, I've made a new friend to play with.
Oh, joy.
Well, good for you, Pen. And the captain just shrugs and he goes back to his cross-legged posture.
Oh, one quick thing. Zoha to bridge.
Yeah, captain here.
Captain, has that Tellarite gotten back up to the bridge yet? I'm not sure if I should give him some extra time with his short legs and all.
He's here.
Good. Can you tell him he deliberately miswired that console we were working on? He thought I wouldn't notice, but I noticed.
Okay, penned. Zoha noticed.
Notice what?
He got the message.
Thank you,
Bridge out.
Captain.
Oh boy, that happened.
Brilliant.
That happened. I'm so glad that Varo wasn't there.
I mean, I love interacting with Tellarites. You get to practice being an insult comic.
Next
Indeed.
scene.
I mean, just wait for what happens next.
Was I supposed to be doing stuff with the samples?
So, like, I figure, Doctor, you're probably just categorizing the samples,
Okay.
you know, doing preliminary scans, you know, the basic stuff to help later.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So I am going to go ahead and skip time up to 2200 on this day.
Alright.
So this would be the second cycle of the planet. And since you guys are still around planet, you do see a similar trend just from orbit. However, this time, the pollen that you were able to see from space is not as bright as it was.
Hmm.
And you notice that the blue lights that you were able to see from orbit are not sustained as they once were.
That's odd.
Ops, can we get an analysis on the comparative pollen count in the atmosphere?
Who would that be? Who are we gonna have at ops?
Cecil.
Yeah, this actually might be a good time to bring in Cecile.
Yes, Commander, I can do that.
Yep. So what's the role gonna be?
The pollen count is the same.
Oh, so we haven't used her. We're technically not using her yet.
Notice how he said yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we only have to use her when she actually, like, mechanically does something.
Yeah. The pollen count seems to be as it was during the last transition of the moon.
So is it possible that the pollen's less healthy?
Perhaps. Or perhaps there's a separate factor that the commander here did not think to scan for.
Hmm.
I can see about other changes in the atmosphere or in the biosphere that may have occurred during the visit of the alien ship or since then.
Of course. And above all, we need to get the samples we have analyzed.
Indeed, Captain. I believe the doctor is working on it as we speak.
Great. Might be best if you go down and give her a hand. Commander Varro, how'd you feel about taking Mr. Evans back down to the planet and collecting a few more samples for comparison?
We can do that. I'm afraid our selection of samples might not be perfect for the use of scientific analysis, but we can do our best.
Before we go down, I'd like to make a suggestion.
What is it, Evans?
I have a bad feeling about this. Would we like to run a scan for environmental toxins?
Hmm.
I'm wondering if that's what the ship was doing.
That's wise. We didn't see them disperse anything, but that doesn't mean they didn't.
Exactly.
Well, Cecile, give it a look.
Yes, sir. Can I make a roll here? Or no? The atmosphere appears as we observed it before.
All right then. There's your answer. There's your answer, XO.
All right. Then Evans, let's head down there. Let's make this quick, though.
Yep.
All right, agreed.
All right, so just you and Evans, correct?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so you beam down to the planet during the second light cycle, I'll call it. However, this time the pollen from the trees are a dimly lit green color, not that vibrant yellow. It's much darker in color than the first night.
Intriguing.
The jellyfish
moon
creatures
look like?
that were floating in the air, however, this time you don't
Okay.
see any. And as you look to the ground, you see several of the jellyfish-like creatures laying on the ground, not moving.
I'd like to scan one of them to see if it's exhibiting life signs.
All right, reason or control plus medicine, diff 0.
Oh.
Yeah, diff 0.
Oh,
Damn it, Varro.
okay.
My tricorder explodes in my hand.
And you need to roll one more, Varro.
Yep.
Yes.
Damn it, Varro.
All right, so you get a momentum. Do you want me to make a complication or add the threat?
I'd say make a complication.
Mhm.
Okay.
They're more fun.
All right, first let me give you the information.
All right.
However, the complication will be you figure that these jellyfish have been dead for a while, so it's going to be much harder to collect samples.
Viable samples, you mean?
Correct. So I'm going to make it to collect samples harder.
Mm.
All right. Varro to Kismet.
Waiting for the chirp.
Ah, I was looking on my sheet. Sorry.
Gizmit here. Go ahead, Exo.
We've beamed down to discover that the jellyfish-like creatures are missing or dead. We've encountered a few deceased ones, cause of death to be determined. And the pollen is exhibiting a different pattern of color and luminescence.
Understood. Well, in that case, collect the samples you can, then bring them back up here to the Kismet. We're going to want Dr. Efrix to start running a comparison as soon as she's done with the samples we already have.
Yes, we'll get on that immediately. Wait him out. All right, Evans, let's see what we can find. I'd also like to look up how the moon is reflecting light and see if it's reflecting less than it was the previous night or the previous day. I don't know.
It's the same illumination.
Okay.
So I assume we should start by grabbing some more pollen.
Yes, let's see how this pollen differs from the other one. Capture it and bring it back to the Kismet.
All right.
All right. So first, you have to find a proper sample, one that would meet the requirements, of course. So this will be difficulty 1 using reason or insight with medicine or science.
That'd probably be for Evan.
Okay, my insight medicine is 12.
Mine's 14,
Oh, okay. Well,
but he has botany.
That is true.
and we also have momentum.
So I'll assist. Use a momentum and then I'll assist.
Okay.
I'll allow assist.
Yeah, you're both doing it. Oh, that's 1 momentum.
Cool. So you're still at 5?
Yep.
Are we at 5? Okay.
We are at 5.
Okay. You've been keeping better track than I have.
All right. So you guys do find several samples of the pollen that can be collected for further analysis.
Right.
To collect said pollen will be control or fitness using medicine or science. Difficulty 2. And you know,
yeah.
and you know what? I am going to spend 2 threat to make it difficulty 3.
Of course you are.
Okay. I got a 13 on this.
Yeah, I've got 11.
Feel free to spend some momentum. Maybe even spend 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this is a difficulty 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah. Spend 3 momentum.
And can I assist on this one as well?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, you're all collecting it together.
Come on.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Good job, Evans.
Man, Varro, you're just being so useful today.
I know, right?
So you're back up to 5.
Yeah.
Dang, freaking 6 successes.
Yes, you are able to collect the samples.
Good.
And this
On a
is-
whole mess of
so
them.
much harder than it's ending up being.
And this
Good
is
work,
and this
Lieutenant.
was the pollen sample. So
Mm-hmm. Got
Very
those.
good work, Lieutenant.
Thank you. It's a rather good job you did yourself.
You flatter me.
Snark.
Don't.
Noted.
All right, let's beam these back up to the Kismet. Then we can find some of these fauna corpses. Tag them for recovery as well.
Did we want to collect several of the jellyfish corpses?
Yes.
That's what he was talking about.
Oh.
Okay.
So,
So finding a sample, I'll make it a reason, insight, medicine, or science, difficulty 2.
feel free to take a momentum.
Let's see. I've got 14 here, so I'll lead this one.
All right.
Should I spend 1 or 3? Is the question. Difficulty 2.
Go big.
I'm just gonna spend 1.
Yeah. Okay. You did it.
Yep, you are able to locate several samples of the jellyfish-like creature lying on the ground, and it's just a simple case of putting the thing into the container.
All right.
Because was it going to be difficulty 1 otherwise before complication?
I actually moved the complication to the samples because I forgot how I had this structured.
Oh. Okay.
The dead jellyfish made it harder to collect pollen, which is unintuitive, but somehow it worked. They weren't like eating them and pulling them down from the air or something.
So,
All right. Away Team Kismet, we're ready to return.
very good, XO. Return immediately, and we'll see what the doctor and the science teams can come up with.
I look forward to the results.
Wee. All right. Gotta see where my notes are. All right. So, in the labs, you have everything that you have thus collected,
All right.
including what you just got.
Okay.
You guys are at 4 momentum, correct?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, Doc,
And-
I believe it is your show.
Alrighty. Well, let's see if we can get a genetic analysis to start with. See what differs from other life we've encountered before.
So which one? Like, so which one?
Let's start with the jellyfish. Let's see if they compare to jellyfish of other places that we've been. Like, do these ones perhaps have a brain, where most jellyfish don't? That sort of thing.
How are they able to kind of float in the air?
Yeah.
I mean, the
what is it
gravity
that enables? Yeah, the their ability to rise out of the water. That.
And don't forget, for this scene, you should probably activate Cecile.
Oh, you sent her down there, right?
Yes.
Then
Because she also has a botany
I will
focus.
also see if she has any input.
Well, I believe we'll need some scans before we can determine anything.
All right, let's go ahead and do reason or insight using medicine or science.
Okay.
You can be assisted by ship sensor science.
Difficulty?
Let's call it 3.
Okay.
So dropped.
And can I use xenobiology or genetics?
Yes.
What's the ship assisting with?
Sensor
Sensor
science.
science.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
According to the book, that's the role for this. So, okay, book. I literally just read it today too because I'm rereading it. So I'm like, okay, book.
I might have to buy a new handbook. The spine for my original fell apart,
oh,
Mine's going.
and and I also have the original. I have like first edition print, so all the
Yeah.
errors, all all the errors.
Yeah, there's so
Mhm.
many.
It happens. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll just start here. It's not a.
and oh, okay, that does it. And then we'll see. Yep,
All right, so I think you get a momentum out of that.
we do.
Of course we do. Of course we do.
All right, Doctor. You do notice that it is similar in design to other jellyfish-like creatures. I mean, there may be I don't know, about a foot. Like they're rather small. They're about a foot or so
Mm-hmm.
big or
Yeah.
whatever.
I
But you
didn't
do notice-
assume we were dealing with like box jellyfish because that would have been terrifying rather than awe-inspiring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are rather small. They do appear like toward the tops of them. Have like something that you could kind of classify as like not wings, but like something that's able to grab air thermals
Gotcha.
that you were able to detect and notice from the planet coming from the lakes. So that's how they're able to float. They kind of ride the air currents a little bit.
Okay.
But other than that, they're similar in genetics to what a jellyfish would be.
Okay.
You know, a few genetic variations, slight differences, of course, but
Okay.
all in all.
I think we ought to take a look at these plants. The fact that they can survive on moonlight and no light at all is interesting.
Yes, I would expect to see at least a different type of photosynthesis with only the reflected light coming every 8 hours.
Agreed. Tell you the truth, I just really wanted to look at the jellyfish. They're cool.
They are fair.
The captain seemed very excited about them.
He seems very excited about many things.
You're not wrong.
In fact, he generally just seems a very energetic man.
It's good.
Yes, I believe so.
What did I miss?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
0.
Right, so the plants, same roll.
Yeah. Same roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might want Cecile to help you with this.
Yeah,
Does
she's
botany-
she's
yeah.
got botany, right?
Botany, and I
What's
think you can also.
what's her reason science?
Reason science is 14.
I think you
Okay.
could, if you want, you can use this opportunity to increase her reason by 1
Right, because we are bringing her in for.
a time.
Don't forget to spend the crucible.
Yeah, I've already commented. Those were words that were mangled.
Yep. So there's 11. So we just got to remember that we can only do that for her.
Right.
So her reason is the thing we have decided to increase.
Yes, as befits a science officer.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yep.
All right. I'm assuming she'll be assisting with this role.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Unless the 15
Yeah.
is higher than what you've got.
I also have a No, I have a 16. Sorry, because I can use medicine.
Oh my god, her presence is only 7.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
She's a little science nerd. Leave her alone. Here we go.
You know, they say opposites attract.
God damn it.
See, the problem is that that's now in canon.
Wow.
All right. So when you do your analysis of the plants, you know, the various tree samples, the plant samples, they still go through a sort of photosynthesis, but it's not as pronounced as what you would expect from trees. Obviously, from the darkness. However, they have evolved to allow the plant to take up more nutrients and water from the soil, which is how they're able to maintain their lives, so to speak.
Ah, yes. It makes sense. They are deriving more of their energy from chemical sources than from the sunlight that they get indirectly.
Does make sense. So that explains why they're still green and leafy.
Yes, although the color seems to be a strange adaptation. I would have expected the more of a black color, seeing as they get so little light.
Maybe it has something to do with their pollination structures as well.
Yes, perhaps.
Should we move on to the pollen? Unless you have
Indeed.
something else that you'd like to investigate with the plants.
I cannot think of anything as of now.
Let's see what we can find out about the pollen.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of move you guys to analyzing both samples in relation to
Okay.
each other,
Okay.
mostly for time constraints.
Yes.
Um,
I mean, that's where it would be. That would be where I would take it after we got the information on
yes.
We-
So
we
I'm
were
gonna.
them. But yeah, that's
We
logical.
I think we were slowly moving back into spending an hour and a half on archaeological stuff.
A little
I mean,
bit.
it's good questions, but I mean, I got an hour and
I want to know.
I got an hour and 20 to wrap this thing up. So I think we're almost there though. So I think we'll at least get it. But so to analyze the pollen against each other, I'm going to make this an extended task.
Okay.
Well, I'll make it reason or insight with medicine or science. Make it
Okay.
difficulty 2, magnitude 2, work 8.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is
Probably
the-
still assisted. Probably still assisted by the ship.
See,
And she can assist.
See, this is the
Mhm.
thing I'm talking about right here. Is it going to be with sensor science again?
Yep.
Because the advanced research facilities only ever help out when we're using the computers in science.
Yeah.
Um.
Sensors just get used all the time instead.
So this one I could probably also make the case for computers because you already kind of analyzed some of the stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll allow for either.
Yeah. Well,
Like I said, if I have
Yeah.
a thought about the task and you think of a different way to use it,
Yeah.
I'm
well,
open.
what's the difficulty?
2. Base is 2.
Okay, I'd actually suggest using the advanced research facilities for this because I think we can make difficulty 2 easy, whereas the advanced research facilities give us a different kind of bonus
Mm-hmm.
in giving us momentum that we can use to ask questions.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just really want to use the advanced research facilities.
I mean,
like
that's fair.
this.
Yeah.
We are.
I mean,
we are
we're
literally,
literally
in, the
in
research
there, so.
Yeah.
Is everyone cool if I take a momentum just so I can use cautious just in case?
Go for
No,
it.
how dare you?
zone. We have 6 momentum. We are so low.
We only use threat here.
So now we're at 5 momentum.
Okay.
Mm,
Let's do this. Wait, what's the complication range?
Just one.
Hey,
Ooh.
What was the focus you used? Sorry.
genetics.
Or xenobiology.
Yeah, I could see it.
No, I'll assist.
Cool.
Wait,
Challenge dice, please.
Rush.
I believe it will be 7 challenge dice.
Okay.
Don't forget to hit enter before you roll, otherwise nothing will happen. 2, 3, 4, 5.
How much momentum? We've generated a bunch. So how much momentum would we'd be at like 1 above, right?
So you started the task with 5.
Yeah, and you
And it's
got
52, so we got 4, so we'd be at +7.
yeah. So I'd spend that 1 to re-roll 3 challenge dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice. So that's 1, 2,
8. That'll be the breakthrough for the 5 and the breakthrough for finishing the work track.
what's the magnitude of this one?
2.
God damn.
Hey.
Hmm.
I'm efficient.
Oh, and I should send this to Varo as well.
Score.
Oh, my internet. Quit.
It quat.
Be quicker. Okay, there we go.
Whoa. This appears to have been altered.
Indeed, that might be why they ran into the dead jellyfish on the planet.
Yes, some sort of poison. We'll have to check, but this could very well be the cause of their death.
If they're testing some kind of chemical compound, that makes them a problem.
Has the pollen been altered by exposure to a chemical substance, or has it been...
Yes, the readings I'm getting say that they appear to have been altered, been introduced to a chemical compound.
Yes. We should see if we can determine the nature of this compound. If there's enough remaining, perhaps in the atmosphere or in these samples.
Yeah, we could try to draw it out. I agree.
We can cross-reference it with the pollen we had collected beforehand.
And yes.
Yes.
And the way jellyfishes work, there probably isn't anything left to determine their death, but we could try.
So were you guys done with the first task? Don't want to ask any questions or anything fun like that?
Oh, I guess we could.
Well,
You guys have literally all the momentum to do it.
You guys are back at the 6, correct?
Yeah.
and can we determine the nature of the chemical compound with a question, or would that be a separate roll?
I'll take the question.
All right.
Okay. That's
Okay.
a momentum.
The advanced labs, they don't give you free stuff, do they?
Yes, it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's whenever. The thing is, we would have needed the ship to roll.
Which it did.
Did it? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you rolled. I don't. See
I
it.
rolled the wrong roll.
Oh, but it's
Because
still.
it's still up. But
still.
like, computer science, it was the roll.
Yeah, you would have pulled it off. So
Mhm.
actually, yeah, we do get a bonus momentum that must be used for the obtained information spent. So exactly that.
Yeah.
All right. So the question, what is the question?
What kind of chemical compound is that?
Okay.
See, I knew the advanced research facilities would come in handy at some point.
Mm-hmm. Right now.
Yes.
Even though we literally could have done the same thing with the advanced sensor suites in a slightly more roundabout way. Whatever.
It's fine.
All right. Send this to you and to Efrix.
Definitely a foreign compound, but that much we could guess from the presence of the vessel.
Of
Good
our
to have
ship.
confirmation.
Yeah.
The alien, the vessel.
The alien vessel.
So that's why you like the
Don't make fun of
Cation.
your girlfriend. It's not nice to make fun of the way she talks. Do we have any other? It's altered its chemical structure. Does that mean that it's now poisonous to the beings on the moon? That'd be. I mean, it seems as if it is, but
I think we have to roll to determine the cause of death. Jellyfish.
yeah, we could do that.
All right, so examining the jellies.
Mm-hmm.
All
The
right,
dead
I'm
ones.
gonna spend 2 threat here. It's gonna be another extended task, but I'm gonna make the resistance 2.
Okay.
So this one is going to be reason or insight using medicine or science. Difficulty will be
Okay.
3. Magnitude is 3. Work track is 10, and now the resistance is 2.
Can I get away with using my focus again?
Yeah.
More xenobiology, I figure.
Everyone good with me using a momentum?
Yes.
Good. That means I can reroll that.
And then we'll get an assist from Cecilia and the ship, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
And ship. It's 2 more. Very good.
Yes.
All right. So I technically have you at 9.
Yes.
But you don't get to keep 9 of obviously. Please roll me 7 challenge dice and don't forget to hit enter.
I'd spend 1 for the reroll.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to
And how
reroll
many am I
3.
rerolling to?
3.
Nice.
2, 3, 4,
That's
5, 6, 7, 8 minus 2. So right now you're at 6.
I'd spend 1 of the 3 over momentum for the piercing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd spend the remaining 2 to get us to 10.
Yeah.
Seems right.
All right,
Yeah,
so if you
seems
do
right.
that, you'll be at 5.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought we were at 9 momentum.
You are, but you spent 1 to reroll.
Yeah.
And then
You
it's 1
spent-
plus 2,
Oh.
I think.
Oh, well, I'm okay spending 1 to get 2 breakthroughs in 1 hit.
Mhm.
I am more than satisfied to do that.
We're good at sciencing, you guys.
All right, and then same task, same roll. Just need 1 more breakthrough. This will be at difficulty 1, however.
So yeah, we're gonna get literally all the questions.
Everybody
Mhm.
cool with me spending another?
Yep. Drop some 4.
Just 4, that's
You guys are really good at medicine.
I'm just rolling these again. But there's no point, but I'm rolling them all again. Okay.
That looks like a pend roll there.
I'm not good at a lot of things, but I'm really good at medicine. I don't know if you guys know that.
The Pend of
But
Medicine.
The doctor is good at medicine. Wow.
so that's
It really doesn't matter because you needed a point, and there it was.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything we can pour all that extra momentum into, really, except for questions once we
More
get the...
questions, yeah.
I mean, we have 5
We have
extra
5 extra questions.
we have 5 momentum floating.
Okay.
Plus a free question from Advanced Labs.
And I mean, if there's an additional extended task
So-
beyond this, we could use that to create some advantages.
Oh gosh.
Having 5 extra momentum is a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
Information coming in. They died
the-
from ingesting the pollen.
It's changing the cellular structure of these jellyfish, making
S-
they're more energetically dense. It's
They're
confusing.
turning them into fuel?
That, perhaps.
Do you think they're doing this on purpose? Is this how they power their technology?
I mean, the energy density they're arriving at here is certainly significant, but it seems so cruel.
Oh. Do you hear that?
Hmm?
You see it, right? The glow?
No.
It's weird. You're sure you don't hear anything?
I'm not hearing anything. No. Are you okay, Doctor?
I'm not sure.
Let me scan you briefly. Just
Oh,
to
no.
make sure you are alive. And to still reaches for a tricord. Your showing is normal. It's nothing out of the ordinary. But you say you are hearing something?
The he it glowed, and I swear I could hear it.
What did you hear?
What did the sound like? Do you?
I think that's all the information you got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know how to describe. Like a ringing, maybe?
Very, very curious. I
Uh,
I will consult the ship's logs. Perhaps I simply missed it.
could it be the cellular conversion? Perhaps something
Yes,
about.
perhaps. Perhaps, or per, perhaps your senses are able to detect something mine are not. But to be sure, I will check the ship's sensor logs. And she moves over to a console, check the observational readings. Roll.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna report what we've found so far to the captain.
Okay. Yeah, go. Feel free to post everything I just gave you in chat
Okay.
to take care of that. Vardo, roll me reason or insight with science or command.
Well, given Cecile's command is not particularly great.
Command.
Assisted by computers. Shiza, what's the other one?
Science.
Be science or security, I think.
You are in the
computers.
advanced.
Science.
Science or command, pick one.
Science.
Science. All right.
Difficulty 1, I should say.
Okay, so we're at 1 extra momentum, and we also get a bonus momentum spend on the obtained information spend.
Yes.
Oh, this feels good. We haven't been able to do some real hardcore science in a long while.
I know. This is so cool.
I've missed this.
Especially since I have Cecile here to actually do some stuff. Hi.
I did say I was gonna fix that today.
Mhm.
Yes, it's fun. And Doctor, is this the sound that you have? And I play it back.
It doesn't actually play back a sound. It just says it detected something.
So it doesn't have like
It doesn't have the actual sound. It just detected a sound.
very strange. There's seems to be some error in the computer, Doctor. The computer is saying that it picked up a sound, but it's not recorded the sound. You can see here it indicates that there is a sound emanating from the lab, but there's not sound.
It's not all that surprising. I mean, we spent 40 minutes to an hour on the planet before we realized there was life. As far as animals go, they were so quiet. Maybe they weren't being quiet. Maybe we just couldn't hear it.
Computer, is this sound
Big-
outside of the audio range of most humanoids?
Insufficient information.
Oh, not even for a momentum spend. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for with the bonus question.
Has the computer picked up the sound previously? Can we look back at the log?
Mm-hmm.
I will take that momentum, and it has not.
Okay.
However, as a caveat to that, it is the sound that you heard.
Okay.
Like the time signatures match.
And you still
Yeah.
have one extra momentum to spend.
I was trying to see if maybe when we hailed that ship earlier, they were talking. We just couldn't hear them.
Mm-hmm. This is a little bit of a stretch for a question, but with the biosamples that we beamed back before, how are they doing? Like the jelly that we beamed back before, has it experienced any changes?
You never actually got a jelly before.
Wait, we didn't?
You scanned
thought-
for
Scanned
it.
one.
We scanned and then oh.
So
I
you don't
was-
have a live sample, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, I thought that's what
Yeah,
when I was
that's what
scanning
I'd
for
ordered.
locations before. Yeah.
If it's something that can't fit into the plot, I understand, but that is how I ordered it to Dr. Efrix. To
Yeah.
scan and identify something to be beamed.
Right. I just got the scan part, but it doesn't change anything.
Okay.
That's fine if it doesn't change anything.
I like the idea of having the last of just as a player. Possibly having the last with this jellyfish hanging out. Yeah. Never mind.
Varro wants a pet.
No, Varro does not want a pet.
Lies. He definitely wants a pet.
Lies.
Right. Serious sciencing. Right. What happens if I touch the jellyfish? Just like poke it.
Just feels gooey.
Okay, it doesn't light up again.
And roll me fitness
Oh boy.
medicine, please.
I'm
Uh,
good at this, y'all.
Difficulty 1.
Okay. Anybody mind if I take a...
Take a momentum. I do not mind this in the least.
Because my fitness isn't great.
Yeah, and you can probably.
Hey!
Hey.
So that's 3.
So
Right, 9
the focus
momentum.
doesn't count.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But it's
So
still
we're
it's
8
still
momentum.
2. It's still 7, but
or 7.
Yeah, we were one down from
Oh,
this
yeah,
pen.
right.
but you're not at 7, so nothing happens. Your finger just touches it and it's gooey.
Okay. I just wanted to see if it responded
Mhm.
with a light if I touched it. I do assume I have gloves on, but
Not specified, so I don't think you do.
personally I wouldn't touch anything without when I'm examining it. But
Yeah, with all
what if we
those successes, I'd
shine
say
what if we
you,
shine a light on it?
Nothing happens.
Just like a pen light. Okay.
Yeah, that was probably something you did during your earlier test.
Yeah. I just
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll report the sound to the captain now that I know I'm not crazy.
Mhm. Sure. Because yeah, you probably need some outside help because I think you guys hit a roadblock
Yeah,
in your thought
I've
process.
heard, yeah.
So,
Mhm.
Chip.
Captain,
Yes, Captain here.
we've hit a bit of a roadblock. As I said earlier, the pollen's been chemically altered. And it's killing at least the jellyfish, if not the other creatures on the planet.
How bad do you think this ecological devastation is?
At this point, it's at least changing and breaking down the cellular structure of the jellyfish. It seems to be converting them to some kind of fuel.
Can it be reversed?
We can try. With
But
the
it
dead
won't help
jellyfish, definitely not.
Yes, it won't help the life forms that have expired, Captain.
Right, but I mean, if we don't do anything, the condition of the planet will just deteriorate even more.
Indeed. There's something else, Captain.
Yes.
While I was examining the dead jellyfish, it seemed to glow. Not only that, but it seemed to direct some kind of sound and light directly at me. Something that Cecile couldn't see or hear.
That's strange.
At first, I
One-
thought it was a trick, but the computer shows that it did happen.
I see.
The computer doesn't show any specifics, though, sir. It only registers that the event transpired. It cannot give us any information on.
Hmm. So, in that case,
But I am looking for a specific phrase. So before you give up on it, I'm looking for a specific phrase for you guys to say.
hmm,
So there's more to this, just
yeah.
terminology at this point.
So you think it could be something subsonic? Or ultrasonic?
Well,
Hmm.
But I don't want you guys to overthink this either.
Right.
It involves the computer.
Because
Is
my next
there-
thought was
is-
telepathic.
Is there any chance that the computer actually caught the sound? Maybe we could analyze it.
or enhance it, boost the.
That's the right talk now.
See if we can.
Oh, I was under the impressions that we already tried that, so maybe that's why we hit a rock.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
they might have been under the impression that they didn't find that, Ed.
So it detected a sound, but I think you were jumping steps.
I was a
Okay.
little bit.
Well, see if you
If
can
I-
set up an acoustically. See if you can set up an acoustically treated.
Again,
lab
overthinking.
room.
Again,
Okay.
overthinking.
Well, see if you can perform any analysis on the sound wave. Maybe you'll find something.
Yes, sir. The ship
Well
seems
done.
to think that's a good idea.
The ship just started clapping, Captain. It's so strange.
You heard it too this time.
Okay, so I think they know what they want to do.
Yes. I'd like to move over to a console and go back to the recording, see if we can boost the volume on the audio first.
Okay, roll me reason or insight with science or command. Same ship rolls. Difficulty 2 this time.
Computer science.
Uh,
Nice. Turn up the
I
bass.
could do the thing, doctors, or no, that's when I tell somebody to do something.
No.
Never mind.
Just honest.
I
What's
thought-
the difficulty?
Yeah.
2.
2. Just spend like a momentum,
Okay.
Mhm.
and we'll use the ship's computer's science.
Well, there's a thing where I can transform a command roll to a medicine roll, but it doesn't work in this case. So I was just Did it go?
Yep.
Well, crushed it.
Okay, so you guys are able to isolate the actual sound that was made from the background sound in the lab. So now you actually have a pattern.
Okay. I was under the assumption that we had already tried that and we got a no.
So
couldn't do
so
it.
what I was looking for was something along the lines of computer, can you isolate the sound?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
we
I was
have
looking
to.
for.
We have to remember to be very specific.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the fact that you didn't say that it had, so they assumed that they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I was looking for. Computer,
Yeah.
do this. Or computer, can you do this? And then
Yeah.
it would have responded with something, but I think we're on the
Yeah.
right path now.
Right.
So it isolated the sound. Can we play it back now that it's isolated?
We amplified, perhaps.
Pump up the bass.
Make it into a dance song.
Just it's like a dubstep remix.
All right. So this roll is going to be a difficulty 3 using the
Okay.
same rolls.
Yep.
Okay.
Efric, spend some.
I can
Momentum?
assist you.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend 2 threat to give you a complication range of 2.
Okay.
Because I got all this lovely threat.
Yeah, and we have.
Or the-
so,
Couldn't have
Ship as
done it
well?
when I had things that like helped me with this. No, you had
we
to
have
save it for
so
the
much.
sign.
We have so much momentum.
I know. But I've been rolling so well, so now I'm scared.
Okay, and re-roll that 0. And the computer.
And
Nice.
computer.
Nice.
Cool. So you are able to play back the sound. And I think I'm going to send you this
Okay.
because it's going to be hard to explain and it'll just be easier if I send you something.
Okay.
Just sends audio clip of sound.
I was gonna say,
Think of this what you will.
if he sent an audio clip, I would flip.
Okay.
I didn't have that much time.
That would have been awesome.
That's what I thought we might hear.
Doctor, does that sound almost intelligent?
It does. There's a pattern to it, almost like a language.
Computer, can you run this through the universal translator? Is there enough here to try a loose interpretation?
Affirmative. There are markers consistent with a highly advanced form of language.
Oh, cool.
Fascinating. Doctor, we have to see if we can revert this. There's
Yeah. I agree.
this This was
Genocide.
not again.
We're not to blame this time. Let's do it. We can fix it.
So we must.
Captain,
Captain here.
you're not going to like the answers we just got.
Oh no. What do we have?
The jellyfish seem to be intelligent enough to have a language.
I see. And your professional opinion is that that race we just encountered is turning them into fuel?
It seems a logical conclusion to the data that we have. Yeah.
Again, I want you to see if you can reverse the process in any way. The kind of I was saying before that this was ecological devastation on an unknown scale, but this is genocide. These things are truly intelligent.
Yes.
Yes.
Doc,
All
we
right.
must work quick.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. Remind me again, what information do we get on the compound? That it's not much, just that it's...
That it's foreign to the
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah.
What we got.
See if we can
Doctor,
isolate
to
it.
perhaps isolate this compound, we can compare the pollen from before and after the contamination.
All right. So before you guys get going, is there anything else you wanted to do with the language?
Oh,
I mean, yes.
Yes.
Computer, is there enough data here for you to extrapolate this soundbite? Translate it?
Please roll me the same roll, but this time difficulty 4.
okay. Just feel free to spend all the momentum you need.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, just this is. I
Okay.
spent 3 momentum.
That gets me 4, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
And
And then we
it's
have
reason
assist.
science.
So you said you spent 3, correct?
Yeah.
Wait, no, but I get to reroll. I get to reroll. It's fine.
Reroll the complication.
Wait, but do you have cautious science?
Oh no, I don't. No, I
You
don't get to reroll
What about
it.
what about determination?
Yeah. I think I could burn a determinate. You know what I
Do
mean?
all-
Do all the good you can, or we endured hardship so others don't have to. Either one.
Mm,
Music can heal the soul.
I am dealing with audio here. That is fair.
if you could sell me on something,
Like, do all the good you can wherever you can. Is we're possibly trying to save a species now.
I'll allow it with that response.
So I just
reroll
reroll
those.
the complication.
Or, yeah.
You get
Reroll
roll
the
the
2 zeros.
determination. You get you get to re-roll everything if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
You have to reroll.
don't reroll the successes.
Yeah, don't do
so,
that.
So roll 2.
Oh, roll 2. Okay.
Okay.
And then assist from the ship and from Cecilia, right?
Huh? Okay, good. We at
One.
least succeed.
And 1.
Great.
Right.
We
So
get
you got,
1.
You're back to 4.
Whew. That
Got
was...
to send stuff to people. Got to send stuff to people. Bam and
rolling
bam.
so well.
That one was tense, though. I felt the tension from you guys.
Not enough.
Not enough to.
Not enough to make any translation.
Read that again, guys.
No, I think there is. It's just that some things won't necessarily be correct.
Right. Okay.
It's a
Yeah,
loose
I'm doing it.
translation.
Yeah, it's a loose translation. There's some dialects and
Words. That doesn't.
words that don't have translations to stand.
So what's it say?
Computer, playback, translation.
I'll just send you guys the words.
Oh no.
Just stringing it out as long as possible to talk to
Mm-hmm.
Grennan.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I kind of thought maybe that's what it said.
You receive one word at a time.
No, two.
Let me guess.
Just
I-
help us.
Yep, that's what I fucking thought.
Right.
And with that,
Well,
we're heading up to the bridge. On the bridge, again on the far side of the planet, the ship returns. However, this time it is with two other ships of a similar design.
How large are these ships? I don't think we ever asked that.
Oh, they're roughly. I think I said scale 3.
Okay. So all three of them are the same size?
Yeah.
Captain, recommend we move to intercept.
Agreed. Mr. Pend, plot a course.
Yes, Captain.
Lieutenant Evans, bring phasers online.
Powering up phasers.
Maybe shields.
Agreed. Bring us to yellow alert.
Ship responds yellow alert.
Captain, recommend that if they don't answer hails, we fire a warning shot.
I wouldn't bring it to that just yet, but I'd say be prepared to put us at red alert at a moment's notice.
How about a warning ram?
No, Mr. Pend. We did that once.
And it was successful.
And it cost us a deck and a few lives.
And he taps his comm badge. Grennan to hang on, it's Grennan to Zoha.
This is Zoha. Go ahead. I see we're at yellow alert.
Yep. The ship is back, and this time it's come with friends. We know what they're doing, and let me just say right now, Zoha, that it's tantamount to genocide.
Well, I'll just go ahead and boost some power to weapons and shields then.
You do that. We just might need them. And he closes the link to engineering, and he turns to Navarro and says, Navarro, you know as much as I do that I love a diplomatic solution, but these people are killing an intelligent race. If they won't hear reason, we're gonna have to fire.
Captain, you don't know how happy I am to hear you finally come around to that point of view.
You, happy.
He's
Guess there's a
grown!
first time for I guess there's a first time for everything. Mr. Evans, open hailing frequencies.
Opening channel.
Unknown vessels. This is the USS Kismet, Captain Harmon Grennan of the United Federation of Planets. We ask that you leave this system at once. Your actions at this planet are harming an intelligent species. We won't stand for it.
And You do receive a response, but it is audio only. Do not interfere in our business.
Your business is killing millions of intelligent creatures.
We do not detect any intelligent species here.
Oh, are you talking about the jellyfish?
This planet has been marked.
Marked for what?
Do not interfere.
Your actions are killing millions. You might not see it, but it's what you're doing.
This planet has been marked for conversion. Do not interfere in our business.
Alien vessels, if we can provide you evidence of the intelligence of the species you are currently harvesting, will you cease your actions?
There is no intelligent life here. This planet has been marked. Do not interfere.
Mr. Evans, see if you can send them the information we've gathered.
Working on it.
Do-do-do. What the hell did I call that? Sorry.
Yes, so nicely.
It's not getting through the dispersal pattern, Captain.
See if you can cut it through.
I'll see what I can do, but I'm not sure I can succeed at this.
Computer, can you patch the audio recordings that the science labs have enhanced and send those through the audio channel?
Affirmative.
Proceed.
Play it on loop.
Translation and original.
Message sent.
Well now, do you see?
This is your final warning. This planet has been marked for conversion. Do not interfere. And with that, the ships start moving toward the planet, which I guess would be straight towards you.
Lieutenant Evans, tractor beam.
On any particular one star?
Well, we're not at close range.
No.
So, Mr. Evans, give them a target the engines of the first ship.
All right, targeting engine, sir.
Let's go to red alert.
Red alert. We've got the thing for it, don't we?
Up there it is.
So, what's the check?
The fire weapons be difficulty 3.
Oh, because are we at long range?
Well, you're targeting engines.
We have fast targeting.
Oh,
Yeah.
and 2.
Would we like me to spend momentum so I can activate cautious?
Yes.
Yes.
Do so.
All right. Firing away.
Oh boy.
6.
That's so we're at one excess.
2 technically because phasers are versatile too.
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
right. Oh, and we get all the versatile stuff.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, usually when I do versatile, the players end up spending it on piercing anyway. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
if
what-
it's scale 3, we can really only effectively spend 1 on piercing.
No, you can spend 2. It's 2
Yeah.
resistance off for
No,
every
ri-
momentum
right.
you spend.
Right, but at that point, you may as well just spend the other point on extra damage for all the difference it makes.
True.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference mechanically which one you do there. Actually, don't we have that's only difficulty 2, and we rolled 6. We have 4 bonus momentum. Or no, we have 2 bonus momentum there.
Mhm.
Sorry, not 4. We were down to 4 momentum.
Mhm. So we're at 2 plus the versatile, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So roll
Okay.
roll the damage.
Right. That's mine. Sorry.
Currently, you are at 1.
Oh my god. Okay. What's the resistance on these damn things?
Got to be 5.
Okay, so
So
spend.
they've got armor. So spend the versatile 2 piercing.
Uh-huh.
So both piercing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're at 5 currently.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then we have 2 bonus momentum.
So,
I say we go swift task.
yeah, sure.
Swift task. Pen, take us evasive.
I can technically don't have to. I can just quick to action and go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, can we stack those? Because I think we can.
No, because they have to have a turn.
Yeah.
With test, they have to have a turn.
Yeah, so I can,
Right.
instead of just using the swift action, I'll just quick to action and take my turn normally.
Right, but we still
Then
have
we have
some
2 bonus we can use on just bonus damage.
Yep. So pump that into 2 bonus damage.
So 7.
Actually,
Nice.
I have a recommendation for an advantage.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
So I have the talent exploit engineering flaw. Now, normally you have to scan for weakness, but I figure you gotta scan them anyway to target engines. So the advantage would be Zoha more or less calling up to the bridge and saying, "Hey, target here," and you'll hit better, or something along those lines.
To establish ourselves a penetration.
I mean, of course, it's up to the GM, but I would say either piercing or perhaps it's one easier to hit them, whichever the advantage would be allowed.
I'd actually like to make it one easier to hit them because we're about to go into evasive maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this would be an advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, spend 2 momentum, make it easier to hit them in the future. I mean, we did just hit them.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
All right.
Great. So that's 5 damage to them.
Mm-hmm. So they do get a breach to the engines.
Uh-huh. Because we called that out. And now, quick to action, Mr. Pend, evasive maneuvers.
Yes, Captain. And this is assisted by the ship's structure con.
Difficulty was 2 or 1.
I think it's 2.
Difficulty 1.
Oh. Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oof. Have a determination spend, Mr. Pend?
Sure. Pretty much all of my values work for flying.
I'm the storm, not the calm.
Prove I'm the best. Throw out the handbook. Always has a backup plan.
Just all of them.
Pretty much.
yeah. I'll let you use one.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Wow. Just really bad rolls there, Pen.
Tell me about it.
The doctor's taken all of his-
Yep.
The doctor has taken all of your good luck. So we did do it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I would have given Ed threat, I would have just critted everything.
Yeah.
We just need the ship, please.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
And that's structure con.
Oh, you've got that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh well.
Well- Wow, your structure's horrible.
Oh yeah, it is.
All right, so it'll pass to one of their turns. The lead ship is going to fire you. I'm going to spend 3 threat because why not? Oh, it would help if I said what the crew proficiency was.
Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
That might help. They do hit.
Engine's command.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. That was the wrong thing. What did I actually roll? 11. Yep, still good.
Oh well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right now they're at 8. So
So that's 3.
5 resistance.
3.
3 damage.
We can tank that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually, I'm gonna boost it by 2 more by jolting power into that to make it 5. Breach will be to the engines.
So, not to meta this at all, but he did say we could change the talent mid-session.
Yeah, he did. I was also thinking that.
Yeah, ablative armor.
Yeah, ablative would be very good here.
Yeah, let's do it. We are going
Also, point of order, is it meant to already have a breach to structure?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, then
That
that
must
breach
be
shouldn't
left
be
over
there.
from something.
Here.
Oh,
Yeah, the only breaches thus far to either ship have been to engines.
Okay, so we're gonna actually cut out the EMH and replace that with ablative armor.
Just like the engineering team is working on it right now, and it just came up.
Just turned on.
We'll just say
Also,
I've put that
that's plus
spend
2
machine
that's
now.
plus 2 resistance, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll still give you 3 damage though. I'll still spend the power.
Or it just means you have to spend more.
Right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. We're good there. We're good there.
This means you have to spend more stuff.
So then I'll pass back to you guys.
All right.
Or are we still...
Well, that hurt a little bit.
To do next.
Pen takes evasive. Wait, no. Fuck. You already did.
Already did.
Already done that.
I forgot about quick action. Who has not gone on the bridge?
The captain and commander.
Captain and- Okay.
And the engineer.
Yeah, I'm gonna deliberately go last because I will restore power and shields based on what we need.
Got it.
Meta.
I'm going to. Let's see. I'm just gonna fire again at difficulty +1.
And take whatever.
Yep.
Take whatever momentum you need, and by the way, target their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be that guy, but the ship doesn't have a second tactical, so technically it's +2 difficulty.
Not the way we've been doing it because of Varro's background and.
Okay. Well, again, I didn't know, so
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah,
being
That's good. Good rules lawyering stuff. I am in favor in general, but because of specific stuff with Varro.
Okay. Didn't know. Carry on.
Yeah. The way we've been doing it since session 1 is that Varro oversees Evans while he's at tactical.
Because Varro was a tactical officer for most of his career,
Makes sense.
and he doesn't trust the young lieutenant completely.
I was about to say, totally doesn't have anything to do with Evans himself.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Let's see. That's difficulty 2 because -1 +1. Folks used yes. Sorry, it's been a while since I actually.
Which one are we aiming at? probably should aim at the second one.
Yeah, I'm taking out weapons on the second one.
Okay.
How much momentum are you spending?
Uh,
What?
I'm spending 1 momentum.
Okay.
You guys are keeping
Wait.
track of your power expenditures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, my roll there's actually the same. I rolled the wrong abilities, but the roll is I think the same.
Control
check.
11.
I have control 9, but security 5, so it's +3 -3
Yeah.
with discipline as attributes. So it doesn't matter since I didn't.
So what's your control security?
9 plus 5.
9 plus 5 versus
so
12
4
plus 2.
So 14. Okay.
Right. It's
Yep,
it's the same total.
You're good.
Mhm.
And then
Ship,
Security.
please.
oof.
Can we spend 2 momentum to negate that?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's fine with me.
Just pointing out if he was use, or have you got would have had a focus to fire?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Then the middle
Oh,
one would have been
that's a
a crit.
Okay.
so great. We only lost 1 of those momentum then. Great.
Sorry for the mix-up.
All good.
Weapons, please.
Yeah. Roll them dams.
Currently
Someone keep
nothing.
Track of power.
Yep. Well, we're gonna spend the versatile 2 for piercing. But-
Yeah, we'll do for piercing, and then I think we should spend a momentum for another piercing. rather-
Oh, wait a minute. We had an advantage, so it was easier to hit, was it?
Yes.
Right. So it was difficulty 2 to hit.
Cool.
That's just the difficulty.
Right.
All right, so I
Nothing
got
else.
you guys at 5 momentum currently.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing with the versatile and then the momentum?
Pumping all the versatile into piercing.
All right, so you are at 4.
And then oof. Yeah, I think that's what I'll stay with. Actually, wait. I'll go bonus damage 1. Spend a momentum for that.
Get
Oh,
down the
5.
4. So that's 5 to the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Score a hit on their weapons for one of the other ships, right?
Yep.
Not the lead one. Cool.
They take a breach.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So it passes back to them.
Yeah.
All right. The one you just fired at is actually just going to just fly right past you and keep heading toward the planet. Passes back to you.
Okay. Can I direct? Would I be able to direct Evans again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gonna do that. Fire at the ship that has moved on ahead. Take out its.
Take out its engines? Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to use another momentum if nobody minds.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
So down to 3.
And don't forget it's assisted by your presence command.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Team dynamics.
Sure.
Oh, for
Oof.
You threw off my groove,
You made it
Captain.
worse.
Instead of encouraging, he starts going on about how much he loves Cations. Everybody's unnerved.
there you go, ELH. You're catching
You're
on.
officially part of the crew.
Ship, please.
Oh, sorry. Weapon security.
I got you success.
There we go.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
All right, so what was the difficulty of all this nonsense? Was it still 2, 3?
If we're rules
It's 3.
lawyering, it's 3.
Okay. So
All right, so you got 2 momentum back, so you're up to 5. Complication. Give me threat or
Give him
Take it.
threat.
right, I will accept the 2 threat. And damage, please. So far you're at 1.
Spend it on piercing.
5.
Yep, that's what, 2 to their engine. Is this the one that already went, or sorry?
This is the one that we took out its weapon.
Got a breach to the weapons, yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you will do a breach to the engines with 5?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Works for me. Right, passes back to them. That ship is actually going to turn and warp out of the system. Passes back to you guys.
So it's just me? Question mark.
You in the dock.
Yes.
I don't
Maybe-
know that there's anything I can do because I'm not on the bridge.
Well, there was a breach, so you
Ah.
can do the
The medical thing.
the medical thingy,
Yeah.
whatever the hell
Which
that
is what?
thingy was.
Reason medicine?
I don't remember exactly what it was. Let me look in space
Well, as
combat.
they say, let's find it.
We
Yeah,
never have
triage.
used it.
Yeah,
never
we've
have
never
used
used it, so
Or-
And in fact, I do not even have it in the space combat handouts anyway.
It's probably why we haven't used it.
it has something to do with
I just don't remember the roll, but like whatever
Yeah.
department takes the breach gets to re-roll a dice or something as crew come back. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
I know I'm close to the section.
Page 225. When a ship has suffered one or more breaches, see blah blah blah, characters in sickbay can choose a single department and attempt a daring plus medicine task with a difficulty of 2, assisted by the ship's computers and medicine. If successful, the next task, which uses that department, may re-roll 1d20 as injured personnel from that department rush back to work.
That's what we're looking for.
ooh, daring. Good. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that your worst stat?
Yep.
But it is medicine.
Yep. And I do have triage.
I'll take triage.
Do.
Okay. We'll see you.
No worries,
later,
man.
Evans.
Do we have momentum that I can spend?
yes,
There's
we have
5
momentum.
currently.
Okay.
Spend 1.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna spend a bunch. I just Oof.
And reroll 1.
Be cautious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't think your stat should be 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Think
can
the-
have a 7.
Yeah. Daring
Is it-
can be dump stat.
I have fitness 7.
I
thought
have
it was middle.
insight
My
7.
mistake.
8 is baseline, but 7 means that you're particularly not great.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not super daring.
I'm
Uh,
not
I like to be careful, you guys.
All right, so we just need these ships. Computers, medicine, please.
Which is why when Pin's like, yeah, the doctor totally approved drunk balloon box.
Cool. You get 2 momentum, and then what? So you took it to engine. So I guess the engineering department gets a nice little reroll.
Yes.
Nice. Speaking of engineering department,
Yeah.
Well, so it actually passes back to them. The other ship that you have not fired yet is also going to beeline toward the planet, and then it passes back to you.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of wacky things here because I don't think shields or power is really needed at this point. I would like to create an advantage. The task to create as such. It's difficulty 2, and you get to decide the attribute and discipline and focus. And the advantage I'm going for is that Zoha is, again, looking at the way their ships respond to weapons fire. And I think by now she probably has figured out that they have some sort of a blade of armor or the equivalent thereof. So the advantage I would be going for is either some form of modulation to the phaser array or the frequency so that it pierces through it more, or that I'm able to reroute power that the next task or maybe the next couple shots are maybe have vicious 1, if that makes any sense.
So for the second one, I could see spending an extra power to give it piercing.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that for both. Maybe give it some extra piercing.
I mean,
to get
I'm
through
okay
the
with
armor.
that.
Yeah, I think at the cost of 1 extra power for the attack, I'll give you a piercing.
Cool. So what do I need to roll for the advantage for this to even pull off?
Let's call it.
I mean, it's difficulty 2.
Yeah, let's call it insight, and I would go either security or engineering. I'll let you pick that.
I will take engineering. Let's see.
Feel
I
free to have a
don't think
momentum.
I have. I would say, well, let me run this by you. Would you say power systems applies here because I'm specifically rerouting the flow?
Yes, I will allow it.
Okay, that gives me a focus. We have 6 momentum. I'll spend 3 because I believe.
You've also got a re-roll from the doctor.
Oh, well, in that case, let's make it only 1 momentum spend. So I'll roll 3. All right, well, got to re-roll 1 of them.
You get to reroll 2. Remember?
There we go. So that's a grand total of 1 momentum back.
Why the reroll 2?
Because I have cautious engineering as well.
Aha, correct. Yes. Yeah.
So actually, I think that's 2 floating. No, 1 floating momentum.
Yep.
Because we were at 5.
The ship help at
Could
all?
I? Is there anything I can do with that extra floating? Like, could I make the piercing 2 instead of 1?
Let's go with 2 momentum. I'll give you piercing 2.
I'll allow it.
Sure, let's do it.
I'll give up a momentum that.
Cool. Works for me. Passes back to them. Yeah, because I think everyone here went. So the ship you have not shot at is going to continue move, and they're now in a standard orbit. The other ship is going to. I'm just not going to roll because time constraints, but I'll just do their thing, and then it'll go back to you guys.
Okay. Captain, recommend we get a tractor beam on the orbit.
Tractor
Pull
beam
them out
on
of
what?
orbit. On the ship that's entered orbit. Pull them back out of that orbit.
I'd begin, but we're not in close range though, are we?
No. Probably in long range at the moment.
In that case,
Could fire torpedoes.
good call.
Indeed.
I do like threat.
Mr. Varro, target photon torpedoes.
Yes, sir.
Might I recommend a volley?
We gonna go full out on this one?
Yes.
Let's do it. And we can target them. We can use the fast targeting systems for this. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
just
can
says
still use
weapons.
them.
It's just weapons.
And would you say that we'd still get the piercing 2 from my whole engineering thing?
Not with the power one, because that that was for power, but you still get the weakness for the first one. So you still get piercing, like you still get one piercing.
I gotcha. Hey,
But not- but not the
piercing
second
on
one.
a torpedo is great.
It's okay.
I'm spending 1 to roll 3.
Mm-hmm.
Drops us down to 3 momentum. There we go.
Need it.
Assist from the ship.
Well, maybe I should have let Varro roll.
Oof, just a millisecond earlier.
We can spend 2 momentum to negate that.
And I get 2 threat from torpedoes if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 overall because we did a volley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, it's a salvo. That's the official term for it.
Yeah. Salvo. Yep.
All right. What are you doing with the convocation?
We're spending 2 threat to ignore it.
Are we sure that drops us down to 1 momentum?
I know, but I can rally.
Okay.
So you're spending 2 momentum?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're down
Sounds
to 1.
good. And then that still hits.
Damage, please.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's good.
So 3?
3.
Ugh.
Wait,
2, 3.
1.
You got to roll an extra challenge dice because we did a salvo.
Ah. Right. So
So 2.
2.
Let me just
Fine.
make sure my math is right.
Difficulty hit on.
Well, it's piercing 1 for every effect, so that would be 4 resistance off.
For every effect, that'd be all the resistance off.
Right, that's why I did the advantage. It's very, very potent.
So right now it's 3.
What?
Yeah. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm lying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. 6.
I was gonna say, we just did this whole, like, piercing thing.
Sorry, math's brain's not working with math tonight. 6 damage.
That's
at the-
fine. Okay, 6 damage.
Okay.
Good.
I'm
Care of the system? Probably not, because you didn't specify.
No, we did not.
Boom.
Ugh.
And that is 2 breaches to that because of high yield.
Mm-hmm.
We also get spread, so fun.
Spread mechanic. I hate spread mechanic. I don't remember how it works.
Isn't that half damage to another sub?
Or something like that. I think we may have
Spread.
just-
The attack inflicts additional damage elsewhere on the target if 1 or more effect is rolled, which we did. The attack inflicts 1 additional hit to a random system that does half the damage of the initial hit.
Yeah.
It's +1 for every effect after the first. So, yeah.
Well, it's the structure. They are probably taking a breach, and the ship toward the planet blows up.
Boom.
Well, Captain, it appears we hit a weak point.
Well, I'd say smashing it with a full-on salvo of torpedoes isn't so much of a weak point.
Oh, I think it's a common weak point.
Fair enough, I guess.
If you look back at Varro at all, he is actually smiling a bit.
The captain does not.
I didn't think so.
So does it pass to them?
Yeah, it does.
So the ship kind of turns and starts to warp out. And right as they are about to warp out, you hear on a voice communication, "You have made an enemy." And the ship warps out.
Well, that's ominous.
Indeed it is, sir.
I just hope that they don't come back here.
I expect they will. likely in greater numbers. We should work quickly, and possibly report in. Start.
Agreed. Wish it hadn't come to that. But before we leave, there's one thing I want to do. I'd like to bring the entire senior staff down to the planet now that everything's been taken care of.
We haven't taken care of everything.
Have we? What have we not taken care of?
We haven't taken care of trying to reverse the effects.
Oh, have we? Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah. So, Doctor?
So I, because in the interest of time, since girlfriend goes off in 4 minutes, um, it's obviously it's not reversible, but you stopped it from spreading more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys go down to the planet, potentially talk with the creatures. It has, it has its pollen thing happen when the moon comes into the proper orbit, and it looks just as beautiful as the first night you landed.
So yeah, the ecosystem will recover.
Correct.
Is the bottom line.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to call that the end of Amalgam.